Good morning, Canada. How you doing? There's a look at downtown Regina. It is day 5 at the Montana's Brier. The Queen City is a football town. Mosaic Stadium on the right. They love their Rough Riders. They love their curling. All the action at the Brier this week at the Brandt Center. We got a Battle of Ontario, a couple of rookies going head-to-head. What's up? Coming inside the building. It's the morning show. Glad you're with us on CSN. Brian Mudrick, Kathy Gauthier. And Kathy, as per usual, we have no idea what's going on. This field is outstanding. It's amazing. And literally right now, it's anybody's Brier.
It really is. If you were a betting person yesterday, 6 out of the 12 games would have been considered an upset, but it makes it exciting.
Brad Gushue, what a run. The last time the Brier was here in Regina, he was a champion in 2018. Not a great start. Brad hasn't looked himself, but he's starting to find his game, and maybe Kevin Cooey brings the best game out of him.
Well, he certainly forces Brad Gushue. Brad said before the game he knows that Kevin Cooey can make everything, and so they were dialed in. This is a draw for 3. This really made the difference in the game.
A lot of experience at the skip position on the ice last night. Kevin Cooey, 4 championships. Brad Gushue chasing down a record number 6, but it has not been Cooey's week. 8-3 loss there. PEI 8-5 over Alberta and Sluchinski, the team out of Airdrie. What a story. Jamie Cooey, outstanding start. Another win, 9-2 there, and Nova Scotia handing Mike McEwen a loss. His first 7-4. It's what we talked about. My goodness, Jamie Cooey 4-1, leading Pool B. McEwen Smith 3-1. You see Gushue 3-2. We're focusing this morning on Pool A. Carruthers still undefeated, and it's a Battle of Ontario, and a lot of eyes on Bonot as well. So let's set up our feature matchup, a Battle of Ontario, and Trevor Bonot chatting with the media yesterday. And he's asked a lot about being a rookie skip here for the first time. And he says, I'm not a rookie skip, I'm just at the Brier. And that's a whole different story. He's got experience, and he's letting everybody know that he's here to win.
Well, he's such a good player, but what has really struck me is his leadership style. He is so calm under pressure. Yesterday in the 10th end, they called a timeout. His team was a little bit frantic about what if this, what if this. And he just was very calm. If I don't make this one, I'm always going to have a last shot. We've got this. That will bring out the best in his 3 in front of him.
It's been a lot of fun watching Scott Howard. His dad, Glenn, is behind the bench, guiding this young team. Howard himself, the young skip, has been great, but he's had some wonderful help at third.
David Mathers is putting up some great numbers this week, second amongst all thirds. That means that it takes so much pressure off Scott Howard. For Scott, the key is to use this man today and also to dial back the desire to make the big shot. You can't do that all the time.
The last Brier win for Ontario, 2012, it was Glenn Howard. The last Brier win for Northern Ontario, Brad Jacobs in Edmonton in 2013. It is the Battle of Ontario, and it is next from Regina on TSN.
We're just going to have to keep being ourselves and playing our game. We know that if we stick to that plan and we can keep our nerves in check, that we can give teams a good battle, and that's our goal. You know, go out there and make shots as many as we can and stick together.
The boys are playing well. We're going to lean on that with our momentum going here, and every time you get here, you don't take it for granted, one shot at a time sort of thing. So you're going to see some intensity from our boys. I can guarantee you that.
The 2024 Montana's Brier is proudly presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
Tuesday morning, Regina, Montana's Brier. And Kathy, as we look at the teams across the sheets of ice this morning and the standings, it really is anyone's group and Brier thus far.
Well, it is, but for Matt Dunstone, it's going to be tough for James Grattan from New Brunswick this morning. Matt just turned it up yesterday. That makes him a fierce competitor. The Simmons team from Newfoundland Labrador still looking for their first win, take on Thomas Scoffin and the Yukon. We have our feature game, and then Catlin Schneider playing really, really well. Just going to try to bring back Reed Carruthers, skipped by Brad Jacobs. They are still undefeated.
Catlin Schneider lives about 20 minutes from Regina. A lot of fans in the building. It's time to meet the teams in our feature. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Ontario skipped by Scott Howard at third, David Mathers second, Matt Cam, and at lead it is Tim March from the Fort William Curling Club in Thunder Bay. The team from Northern Ontario, your skip is Trevor Bonot. At third, Mike McCarville. At second, Jordan Potts. And at lead, Curtis Bird. The critical draw to the button this morning was won by Northern Ontario, and those numbers add up throughout the whole week. It will be one of the head-to-head tiebreakers if necessary at the end of round-robin play. And you can see the numbers there. Ontario 157, Northern Ontario 66 centimeters, so they add that up at the end of the week. That means Northern Ontario with hammer, and that means to start things off, a critical morning at this year's Montana's Brier. It is Tim March throwing the lead stones, and if you're just joining us for the first time,
looks hot.
Tough knee right now for the four-time champ Glenn Howard. He's with the team. He's behind the bench. He's tried his best. He's struggled through it, but just unable to compete at this level. So obviously he's watching his son, but a great support behind the bench this week.
Well, who better than Glenn to come out during a timeout and not only know the strategy, but know the players that are about to throw it. And for Glenn, it has been a frustrating year. He had surgery, tried to rehab it, and has just not been able to throw. The pain is just way too intense, and it takes over your focus. And so he has just said, I need to sit back.
Hard, tight as you can. Hard. Bounce just a little. Come on, just a touch. Good, that's all right.
Well, the touch is okay. You're allowed to touch that stone. You just can't touch it off the center line.
Tim March appearing now in his third Brier. He was in Lethbridge back in 2022 with Glenn Howard. A 4-4 record that year.
Got it, curl, Matt.
And you saw the numbers for Tim, 87%, tied for 14th. But one thing that you'll never see is all of the assists that Tim March will make with his incredible brushing.
Tim.
He was at Regina as well, Kathy, back in 2018. Tim March playing with John Epping and won a bronze medal that year, a 9-4 record.
Line's close. Wade's close. Room right now.
Line's okay. Wade's good.
First Brier appearance for Curtis Bird.
It'll come.
The 31-year-old out of Thunder Bay.
Frozen right now. You gotta go. Line's good. Hard. Hard. Gotta be here. Hard, hard, hard. Push, Mike. Go, Mike. Go, 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 go. Okay. It's a good spot.
There's that big finish. Texturing the stones yesterday was Greg Owasco to ensure that there was more curl. It was straighter than they wanted it to be. And yesterday was adjustment day for teams to sort out what it was going to do.
It still feels hair slower than we've seen in the other game. 4 feet.
Don't kill this for line.
Matt Cam was the alternate coming in. We told you the story about Glenn Howard, so now he moves up to that second position. Scott skipping the team in his fifth Brier appearance. A lot of time we saw him with John Epping competing. He was a part of that bronze medal team as well here in Regina.
Whoa. Yep.
You're to the red.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean, 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 clean. Whoa, whoa, curl if you can. Nice shot, Matt.
Nice shot, Matty.
Well done.
Yellow's coming back. Still hit the brakes. Just gotta make it still, baby.
And now that they are able to, Northern Ontario trying to open up the front, have a pathway to those two red stones.
Also the Brier debut for Jordan Potts, who we've seen wife Sarah compete at the Scotties for years.
Whoa, straight, straight.
Straight, straight.
Watch the shooter, Kurt, shooter. Shot, Jordan, perfect. Really good.
And he'll spill the yellow into the rings as well.
Attaboy, Jordan.
Kathy, let's start things off this morning in our feature with the keys to the game.
Well, I already talked about David Mathers, and that is something that this Ontario team needs to do for his strength. And This team
Shouldn't be too
gives
bad
up
out here.
more points than
Dave?
they take. That's not going to work out in the long run. So
This is
be
almost
stingy
drop
on
back.
how many points you give up to your opponent.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, Dave, Tim!
You're solid.
Tim!
Tim. I'm solid.
Tim! Harder!
Come on.
Come on, Tim.
Harder just for a piece, and they will lose the shooter.
And for Northern Ontario, I think that we've talked about how strong this man is in terms of his leadership skills. But by osmosis, if he is strong, so will the team be. And Mike McCarville has had some wonderful numbers. He is not far behind David Mathers, but if he is able to win that battle, it is going to look very good on the scoreboard for Northern Ontario.
Keys to the game brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue. It's pure comfort.
Yes! Yes!
Hard!
Hard!
You gotta go!
Hard!
Jordan Potts
Hard on the red, try to
makes
get down.
contact with the Reds, but they will both stick around.
I don't think it was enough ice. Like, I don't know. You hit that half, right?
Curled a little bit more than they wanted it
Is
to.
that tight
That's-
there? Is that a little tight, Trev?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Give me a good normal.
Be really fresh in here.
Sixth appearance at the Brier for David Mathers.
Go ahead.
Time with Wayne Madog, Glenn Howard, Mark Keane, and we saw him with Adam Casey 2016 at a PEI as well.
Yep. Roll, Tim, roll.
Voice cracks today, boys.
That's good, that's good. Nice shot.
Good shot, David.
Voice is in big
Atta
trouble.
boy.
Timmy.
And he is one of your
Looked like it
keys,
ran
Kathy,
okay.
and he has looked
That?
sharp.
Yeah.
He's having a
Little
very
sticky, like,
comfortable
he was
week,
almost
very good
firm
week.
out of the hand.
Okay. We're just playing a little roll, right?
Yeah.
We're just
He
playing
spoke with the
roll,
media
right?
yesterday
Yeah.
as well, and he talked about this team's confidence, the confidence as well as young Scott Howard skipping for the first time.
Gotta go, gotta go! Hard!
And they certainly have a great
Really gotta
mindset
go.
coming into this morning's feature as we see Mark McCarville deliver for Northern Ontario.
Okay.
Oh dear.
And a tough one early for Mike. One of the only players on this team who's been to the Brier before, 2014 at Kamloops. He was with Jeff Curry that year.
It's okay, Mikey. Yeah.
And the husband to Krista McCarville, and we know they are
Top
cheering
four, though.
loud and proud at home in Thunder Bay.
I think you want to go even
That's
with
fine
this,
there, too.
this 8 foot.
I think so, David. It's going to be a crapshoot if you draw to the corner.
What do you like?
Can't be light. So I'm gonna throw
Well, for Scott
Really tight
Howard
edge. Isn't it? Okay.
Going to the side, 8.
and Team Ontario,
What are we
Give you
calling
a-
this?
what do you
I think
want
it's like 13.
Trevor Bonot to have to throw? There's no blank
Yeah.
on the table right now. And so you want to force your opponent to probably make a tough draw in this first hand with all of the paths being uneven. Some have been worn down, some have not. And initially Scott talked about spreading the stones out, but Trevor Bonot's not likely to miss an open hit. So trying to get in front of the shot stone.
Just keep back house, back house.
Can you go here?
This has got
Yeah.
some
Go,
speed
Tim,
to
go,
it.
Tim, go, Tim.
Through.
Well, we're almost, yeah, we're there. What'd you get, Scott?
13-1.
13-2. I thought it was speed would be good there.
Okay.
He really threw that, yeah.
What'd you throw?
13-1.
Yeah, I whipped it.
Yeah.
Go firm.
Okay.
Third of a rock. Do you like this turn center?
I like your turn. Yeah.
Try to make the double.
Close. Yeah.
Now your goal is 50%, but the better teams are closer to 60.
Whoa.
Mike McCarville, and he'll roll it over and over the top.
Spin back.
Okay, Mike. That was close right now. Yeah.
I kind of liked hitting the one on the other side. You know?
Just curled that
Yeah.
little bit too much.
Maybe we make that. It's great.
And he got caught in between. If it curls a little bit more, he sticks around, only gets the one.
Where'd you go? Just in front of that thing?
What do you think, Scott?
Yeah.
Draw the button. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be a hair stickier than draw the button. Dave, really.
Where are we going? Where's the perfect spot?
So a great opportunity here, Scott Howard.
Even a rock
He gets a
hard.
free
Okay,
one here,
but even's
the
probably the best.
intern
Okay.
draw.
Just behind the tee.
In his 6th Brier appearance, he got to play with some of the best, and his father Glenn playing with Wayne Madaw. He was the alternate. 2011 they won that silver medal, and then the year later the alternate in Saskatoon, the gold medal with his father.
When you can.
Looks light.
Yeah, we're light. Top 4.
Looks light. You really got to go.
Top 8.
Hard, boys.
Gotta go. Weight's really good, boys.
Keep
Weight's
going.
really good.
T-line. T-line.
Gotta keep going.
And this is one of the best combinations sweeping
Weight's really good,
in
boys.
Cam and March this week for Ontario. A great weapon to have.
Scott.
Well, they were trying so hard to bring it an extra foot. I don't think they could have done much more than they did.
Said go. He needed another half a rock.
Pardon me?
I think we got to open up the room on everything.
Yeah.
Kathy, I was so impressed with Trevor and talking with the media yesterday. And of course, there's a lot of focus. You're a rookie, Skip. You're here for the first time. And I loved what he said. He says, I'm not a rookie, Skip. I'm just at the Brier for the first time. And there's a difference. He's competed at the Canadian Mixed Championships before. In mixed play, he won a gold medal. He won silver at the Worlds back in 2017. He said, you haven't heard a lot about us because we had Brad Jacobs in our province for so many years, but we've been knocking on the door for a long time. So they are not surprised to be in this situation and having success. Needs a good one here. Trevor Bonot, he'll hit and roll over to the button.
Okay.
We'll see if he says if he was
really wide.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Sliding down the middle.
Yeah. Okay. It's going to be coming.
For weight or for?
Wait.
Okay, solid board. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Solid board, boys.
Solid board.
Solid board.
Well, a dream man
That's
for
still a little
Scott
crispy
Howard.
here,
I think you can judge it off your last draw.
Putting a
there
lot of
for
pressure on his opponent. He got a free draw, and now he has the opportunity for a nose hit to lie 4.
Yep, hit it. Light.
Gotta go.
Hit it, Tim. Easy.
Just board here.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard line.
Just board.
Hard line.
Hard.
Hard, Tim.
You gotta go.
Hard, Tim.
You gotta go.
Hard. You gotta go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, it's fine. It's light, eh?
Do you ever
That's why I
take a
started
run,
hitting it right away.
Kathy, at that thin little
yell that
double?
down,
It's tempting, but it's tricky.
It's very thin.
Sorry, Dave. I'm sure you did. I just wasn't really. I was very focused on what I was doing.
Yeah.
And the answer is no.
No.
It's
I let him tell you
Really
for
thin,
you.
Mike.
Now, does he need a titch of a roll, Kathy, to get shot? Is a nose hit good enough for shot here?
I think if you look at
Close.
it that way, it looks like it probably is.
Sliding over it that way, like it's.
Steel one's not the worst, right?
After this,
Okay.
You're looking at
A
it.
shot at 2.
Scoring one's pretty good too.
Yeah. Up to you, man.
What do you like?
If you know the ice, I like playing it for
Okay.
2.
Yeah, hit
Okay.
one. I'm with you.
Just
Bump
bump.
for 1, right?
Yeah.
Just bump.
Yeah, I'm completely on Trevor's page and not on yours, Muddy, because this is one of those shots that it is a tough double. The first one was
Call it,
much more makeable. This is very, very thin.
Bumper weight.
And if you have to do this for a win, you absolutely don't think twice about it. But you don't want to start this game by giving up your hammer, your advantage. So get to the nose, score your 1, and then you are still in the driver's seat.
What would Al Hackner do, Kathy?
Well, he make tougher shots.
Little down. Al Hackner is the coach for Northern Ontario this year. Bottlestone in 1. They talked about it.
little down.
And now it is. The quiet weight shot hit for the single.
Straight.
Don't want to over curl this because they wanted that little flip inside. That's good enough for 1.
Well,
That's good, Trev.
1 yellow.
Underway in our feature at the Montana's Brier here in Regina. 1-0 Northern Ontario. You see Curtis Bird, Northern Ontario's first stone top 8. Then he throws the high center guard. The corner out for Team Ontario. 1-0 Northern Ontario leads in our feature.
Scott threw a good board for Hack. You think that's close?
I think so.
Well, that guard is so long, that center guard, and the finish now that the stones have been textured for Tim March. He can get right to the nose
Close.
Weight's
of
close.
it.
Hair
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Yes.
Light.
Clean.
Hard. Just through. Hard.
Hard! Hard, Dave!
Gotta go, buddy. You gotta go.
Keep going.
Just
That's
by the
through.
high guard. And actually
Gotta
pops
go.
out the other side. And not enough weight to kill it.
And that's why he got more finish than he wanted, just underthrown a little bit. And it is
I
that,
threw that so hard out of the hand. Sorry, guys.
you probably did, Tim, it is that center path
buddy.
no one plays down in the draw to the button that stays just that little bit fresh until it's worn down.
That's still something
Where?
that you got to get used to, right? You're down in the hack, you're trying to zone in, you look up on the Jumbotron, and there I am. Part of that TV game stuff, right?
And the peripheral vision, it's not that you're looking up, but all of a sudden you see this green and yellow blob, and you look up and you realize it's
It
you.
wasn't bad.
And a tough miss there.
It wasn't too bad, but a little bit warm, but.
Other scores,
Yeah, it's fine.
Manitoba, Matt Dunstone, a 1-0 advantage on sheet A. Yukon up 1 on Newfoundland Labrador. And it was Catlin Schneider, BC. So much excitement for him to be playing in a hometown Brier, taking on Reed Carruthers. Of course, the skip of that team is Brad Jacobs.
And in that game, Brad Jacobs was forced to draw against 3 on his final stone with the shot stone in the forefoot. Slid a little bit too deep.
Yep.
And so a steal for Team BC.
Yep. Yes. Whoa, 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 clean. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good shot.
John
That was
Matty.
a great game, Kathy, earlier in the week. It was felt like a battle of Northern Ontario. Brad Jacobs in those colors for so long and went to an extra end and a measure. Otherwise, that man right there would have had the win, but it was Jacobs squeaking one out after the measure in 11.
Well, the Northern Ontario team looking a little bit unsettled this morning. We've seen 3 uncharacteristic misses. And so sometimes you just start the morning off on the wrong foot and need to get settled.
And again for Potts, 2 tough stones here in the second end.
Okay. Hey. Hey. No, I don't think that was even through the house.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. First, it was attempted to split.
That's such a hard shot.
So hard,
That's
though.
such a hard shot right now. I think we draw
Probably
some-
easier than the split.
What about top 12 draw?
No, I think we got to go back to.
Yeah.
The reason
So
Scott
what are we calling
Howard
here?
was thinking about the
What do you think,
split is
according to what I
he's
see?
got 2 corner guards, a huge opportunity to move those stones behind them and not leave an open shot for Trevor Bonot and his team.
Yeah.
Couple feet.
3 or 4 feet more. It's 10 feet slower than where he threw his last draw. That's how I feel like. Let's get on the same page here.
Yeah, what is
I
it?
felt like I really threw that corner guard.
Yeah, I didn't think he threw it super hard, but
Okay, so you want to call it 6 feet then?
6 feet.
Okay, let's call it 6 feet, okay?
So 6 feet slower than this draw I threw.
Yeah. Yep.
That is a lot, Brian. So you're sitting in the hack and you ask for advice and your 2 people are giving you different ones. I think it was Tim March's voice saying, let's get on the same page, because how do you give advice to Matt Cam about what to throw if one person's saying throw 2 feet and somebody is saying use your driver?
You can stay close to him.
Back 12.
That is my best club, by the way.
Line's good. Yep. Whoa.
Line only.
Whoa. Really curling.
Yep,
Whoa.
yep, you can go, Tim. You're not through the house.
Make sure you're Line's there. Really good. You want it here, though, boys, right there.
Weight's good. Weight's good. Weight's good.
Looks good, Timmy.
Well, tell you what, after that conversation in the
Great
hack,
spot, Matt. Good
oh
spot.
my, it just, look at that
Go, buddy.
extra slide at the end. It hangs
Yeah,
on, though.
That's my fault. Hit that a little hard.
That was 13-7.
Yeah.
Those rocks are good.
And I thought, good call, guys.
Hey, what do we do? What's the call, Trev? Okay, let's go.
And the reason that Scott Howard initially wanted to split this stone is so that Trevor Bonot and his team would not have the opportunity to roll under either guard, and he certainly does have that now.
You heard, I think it was Tim say after, I hit that pretty hard with the brush. So brought it in a little deeper than they needed, but it is in the house.
Whoa, straight, straight. Hard, hard.
Mike McCarville
Sit.
avoids the jam, and he'll roll it over.
And this is going to be the key matchup today between Mike McCarville and David Mathers. When you look at their numbers, only 2 percentage points apart. But that +4 means that Dave Mathers, regardless of percentage, has found a way to outscore his opponent. For Mike McCarville, struggling a little bit in this first two ends, is better than he's showing and needs to be.
Well, his first game for Mathers, 83%, Kathy, and then improving each and every game. His last game, 97%, so he's moving on up.
And boy, that makes a difference for Scott Howard. If you're shooting 97% as a third, your skip is not in too much difficulty.
Gotta curl more, gotta curl more.
Yeah, that's normal.
Heavy?
Yeah.
And the jam, and that allows Northern Ontario to try respond with some heat, courtesy McCarville.
Control, guys.
The struggles this morning have all been weight related. Underthrowing, overthrowing. There are fresh paths, but it is also a touch game, and if you are struggling with the kick speed, that goes right through to the fingers.
Really gotta go!
Hard just for a piece. My goodness. Handing opportunities back and forth here in the second.
Start, eh?
Like
not good. Okay.
Jeez. Off my one last end, and I'm just going to give you 10.
Kathy, BJ Neufeld had an interesting comment
on
on Team Matt Dunstone, saying we got to watch after the rocks were textured by the chief ice technician in Greg Owasco, and he said watching at home on the TV really gave us an advantage. We got to see the differences, we got to hear the players and see what was going on, and he admitted that that was a big help to have that morning off.
For sure, if you didn't have to play yesterday morning and could see what it was doing, you could come into the game and just automatically put the broom down to give yourself more of an option.
Wow, all they had, and they can't find the paint.
Trading opportunities back and forth in this game. You take it. No, you take it. Well, he tried to take it.
What? Like numbers?
Just could not get it there.
Just give him the high one.
7. Oh.
This hasn't been pretty.
No.
Make it prettier. I was turning around right here, Trev.
Okay. I still think control, like Mike was sliding down the middle of the room and started it. So I think
that control's close.
I'm in the middle of the rock.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make this, guys.
And for Trevor, if you're not seeing clean throws come at you, you're really not certain where to put the broom.
Though.
Control!
But we heard him say to Mike he was just throwing them soft.
You really gotta go. Hard.
This looks a little
Keep
down. There's the jam at the back, and that red will hang on. But they will roll the shooter under some cover. That little nibbler, though, back 12.
Nice shot, Trev.
We tick the top.
It's a hack shot, eh?
Just hack, wait. That was close for hack, yeah.
A lot of local school kids in the house inside Brand Center watching the curling. Could hear a little extra buzz in the building on this Tuesday morning, and it's great to see all the young fans enjoying the game we love.
Make her, Scotty.
Well, because of that biter, this is the shot to try to tap it back. And for Scott, if he happens to go on here, he also opens it up and creates the opportunity for more points. So it's definitely a risk worth taking.
Wait's in the hunt.
Wait's good.
Yep.
Just hack. Hack. Hard.
Gotta go, Tim.
Hack. Hard line.
You gotta go, Tim.
Hard,
Tim.
Hard.
Keep going. You got it. Keep going.
And now the audible to try get that red in the house. Shooter is rotating and spinning. We'll slide through, man. They've just not sharp. They've traded opportunities. They've opened the door for each other.
I think Wait was fine.
Yeah.
Close, though.
Oh, that curls a quarter of an inch more. Both of those stones are in the house.
Second shot, at least.
But what a turnaround in this end. Chance to draw to lie 2 and force Scott Howard.
Okay, we've got to overbury this.
Okay. Should be similar to practice here.
So this would be a similar path, Kathy. We would have saw a draw to the button.
Very close. A little bit less ice. They were taking outside of the 12-foot.
Good.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it. I got a couple feet more than.
Room, guys. Lots of room.
T.
Okay, it should curl. We got a curl, guys. Where?
Back four. Back four. Oh, we can't be back.
Don't set up a double.
Kurt! Go, I think, Kurt.
We're already
go,
even,
Kurt,
I
go.
think.
Go, I think.
We're already even.
Go, do it, Dave. All you got. You need more. More.
That's good, Trev.
That's good.
That's good.
It is a tough double, and I think it's jamming, Kathy, regardless.
Jam. I do think so.
Very difficult.
It's very flat, and even if you make it, you jam. I just don't know that it's worth it.
It's like Trevor had that choice, right, in the first end. Do you try the tough double?
Be, but you can just play it the thick way, too, and like...
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's tough, man.
A couple inches further, it's there.
I know. Not loving the draw right now. That's tough, Dave. If I hit the backside.
I think
Doing it that way.
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever hitting the top of it.
No.
right, but boys, if it jams in here, you're scoring one anyways. So
Yeah, okay. All right.
I'm game with it.
I'm
What turn do you like?
kind of thinking the end, just to get this thing spinning.
Yeah.
So they're going
Try
to
to
try
hit the
to play
backside,
it
Dave.
across the back side of it.
That's no picnic, so...
This is not an easy shot. Trying to hit it so that it catches that way. This will go across the top, hoping that this one goes out and try to stick the shooter. But you heard that what is driving this, Muddy, is Scott's discomfort with throwing the draw. He just said, I don't like the draw. And if your skipper doesn't like the draw, then he probably shouldn't throw the draw.
He made a highlight reel shot against Catlin Schneider in BC. Can he make one here? Second end, big weight, final stone. Scott Howard, bang it, roll it. Can you move that yellow enough? And it was a great try, but he jams on the red. I don't know if it was there.
No, I definitely didn't think it was without the jam, but he didn't like the draw. He got his point, and that's all that matters.
And a 1-1 tie, Battle of Ontario, here on TSN. The intern draw on the way here from Tim March. In a 1-1 tie, Scott Howard, Trevor Bonot. Interesting, Kathy, in both ends, both skips had opportunities and choices. In end one, Trevor decided, you know what, I'm going to make the hit here, take my single. And in that second end, Scott Howard trying a very tough double that we talked about it during the break. Don't think it was even there. But what was one of your keys? Maybe try avoid that, you know, dynamic, big, crowd-pleasing shot. To his credit, you know, he made a pretty good shot. He got a single, but it was tough.
It was very tough to play that without jamming, but for Scott, I think he felt, even if I jam, I'm going to get one, and I like my odds of scoring that way better than playing the draw, so you have to go with what you're comfortable with. But yeah, I think they wanted that shot to be there, and I'm not convinced it was.
Well, if you won last time, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead then. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think you're light.
Line's good. Spin around. Line's good. Yep.
Gotta go, Tim.
Line.
Hard, Tim. Hard, Tim.
Keep going. Whoa.
No, that was all effort to get it there.
Update time. Let's check out sheet A, Dunstone Grat.
Well, putting a lot of pressure against James. It is 3 that he faces this morning. Trying to get to the button to score.
Good line.
Good line.
Line's good.
Take a look.
Put it on the tee line.
James Gratton, Joel Kratz, Paul Dobson, Andy McCann out of the Cage Golf and Curling Association in Oromocto.
Just for weight.
And James, one of those teams on the morning yesterday that got caught with that extra curl.
Has to dig in. See BJ Neufeld brush down. He was ready, and that will be a steal of 2.
No, I think they looked at
Just
it, buddy.
one?
It may look like that, but
It hung on.
I believe it is good enough for just this. Well, not good enough.
One red.
But it is just a steal of 1 rather than 2.
Kathy was good enough to correct me, and that's worth points
Maddie, throw us the difference.
anytime. Thank you
Everybody
very
take right out
much.
of the hand
So
there.
a steal of 1. It's 2-0 Dunstone.
Nice. Hurry hard. The A is taking a rest.
A little late.
Bit of room. I thought really close.
Think you can go, Tim.
Room right now.
Think you can go a
Whoa.
little.
Whoa, you can't go,
Line's
Tim.
good.
Wait's
Gotta
good.
go.
Line's good.
Wait's good, Tim. Easy. Easy. Wait's good. We have to still wait a
Yep.
bit.
Oh. Yep.
Wait's
Yes. Really got to go, Tim.
Trying to get it
Tim.
around that stagger.
Hard. Harder. You got to go. Got to go. Go. Yep. Whoa, whoa,
Wow,
whoa.
is it
Nice
ever
shot, Maddie.
curling? And what a draw. Top button.
That is a beauty.
So hard to move the broom out here.
Yeah.
It's just like flat.
Keep the updates moving. It's Catlin Schneider and Reed Carruthers. Of course, the skip is Brad Jacobs.
Well, the red stone that was shot was the final stone by Catlin Schneider. Played through the port, tried to get a little bit more of a roll underneath, but probably a piece poking out for Brad Jacobs. They took a long look at this, and so he's trying to play quiet weight. If he can get by the guard and tap it through, potential is 3.
Brad told me this feels like his first Brier all over again. Excited, re-energized after stepping back from the game. And a nice touch shot there.
Beautiful.
3-1 Carruthers, the only team still undefeated as we begin play on this Tuesday morning.
Northern Ontario tried to open up the front.
And you see UConn a 1-0 lead after a blank in the second.
Halfway.
Half here, Scott.
Go.
Halfway high.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Whoa, whoa.
Halfway
Just
high. Halfway high, Scott.
Line's
Trying
good.
to guard so that
Halfway.
Northern Ontario cannot make a nose hit and
Line's
open
good,
up the
line's good.
front
Half.
of
Yep,
those
yep,
stones in the
yes.
12-foot that are locked.
Tight.
Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Tight.
Nice shot, Dave. Oh boy, Davey.
And with all that curl for Mathers to make, those are tough shots to make.
I was really interested in hearing one of the comments that the Northern Ontario Brushers made, that they didn't feel like the sweeping was doing very much this morning, that it felt flat. And as a brusher, you know, on some surfaces you feel like you can take a rock forever, and on others you kind of wonder why you're doing anything. So I'm wondering if we're going to hear more of that.
So what is that a result of, Kathy? Is it just not as much pebble this morning? Can you put your finger on something as to why?
Well, often you'll feel that way later in the game in the paths that are really worn down, or in paths that there have been a lot of stones thrown in. It is extremely unusual that you would hear that in the third end.
Tim.
So I'll be more interested if we hear that from anybody else, because then it starts to be a story.
Get ready,
One thing I've learned over the years too, I found interesting, is that you can make the water pebbles bigger or smaller and adjust even that when you go to pebble the ice.
Well, Greg is one of the best. One of the years in Calgary, he actually had to make a bigger hole in the nozzle, because as he was going down the ice and flooding and spraying and doing his job before
ice technician stuff.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you.
It was so dry in Calgary that it was evaporating before he could even, the pebble hit the ice.
I'm trying to get the words out, but we can't hear it.
Make some noise.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Good.
Thicker, I guess, eh? Yeah.
It is right now that shot stone belonging to Team Howard without Hammer here. Skip Stones
Still have the other one at
about
angle.
to be delivered here in 3.
Now, eh?
Maybe stuff that runner. The red's going back into something.
Speed's pretty good, Scotty.
Yeah,
now.
it speed's pretty nice here. Yeah, it's almost
Sliding.
up to the other games.
Yeah.
Just a shade slower.
Same spot as Davies?
Yeah.
Replace the guard.
Okay, real tight.
Saw a hair
Weight's
more than
good.
It's real close,
Whoa,
though.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Weight's
whoa.
real close.
Real tight.
Curl.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Curl.
Go ahead.
Curl.
Yep. Keep going, Maddie.
Hard, Matty.
Keep going.
Hard, man.
Keep going.
Hard, Matty. You gotta go hard.
Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Gotta cross the line. Gotta cross the line. Go, go, go.
Go, go, go.
Everything,
go,
buddy. We need everything.
go.
Matt Cam, my goodness, what a great scrub.
Nice shot, Scotty.
Close, boy.
What's that?
Shot.
Thanks.
It's nice speed, eh?
Yeah.
Good scrub.
Just want to weld the red.
Yeah, if you're not awake yet on this Tuesday morning, he's awake now. That's a lot of work.
Here.
Kick.
Here. Somebody to give us a shot. Yeah, we got some options, eh?
Yep.
Well, the switch now for Trevor Bonot. There's no point in continuing
Top
to
eight, top
chase.
four,
He's
top
2
eight,
shots
top
away
four,
from getting to the shot stone. So this is a setup shot. Just trying to place the stone in this area. Something that
so we have a
on
shot
his
off
next
it.
one he might be able to play off of it.
What about that port, the outturn, Kathy, that Yellowstone top
Going a little
8,
wider, but I
maybe
think the weight will be okay.
jam that back? Is there any shot, any hole there to get through?
Well, I'm standing right
The
behind
outer?
the sheet, Muddy, and he can see maybe a third. And so to play the run back, you'd have to get to the nose. And I think the red stone that's cornering it is going to be in the way. So pretty tough.
Weight's good. Top 8.
Top house. We need some curl. Whoa.
Top 8.
Just top 8. No, it's almost top 4.
Hey, maybe. Oh, hang on. Curl, get shots.
Curl?
Curl. Easy, easy, I think.
Oh, it's already T.
Get shot, get shot.
Great weight. Shot stone still Team Ontario.
That's really bad, isn't it?
It's a little sketchy for sure.
But it shouldn't.
Nope.
Is this
This
crazy?
That's for 4. Or for 3 at least. It's hard, though.
He can tap for 1.
You can't move this.
Think this out turns there through the hole?
It is, but it's dangerous.
What's that, Dave?
It's there, for sure.
My only worry with this one is if we leave it here,
Yeah, I don't
then
like
all
that.
of a sudden he has something.
I don't know
Do
if
you
we
think he's
play
got the
anything on
6?
this side. Almost tempted to guard this
It's
4.
It's for 3, 4 maybe, Dave.
We see it,
3 for
Davey?
sure. Guard the 6.
Yeah.
You get one in there, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you're probably right. There's no danger, really, even if you're...
Yeah. Makes his
Well,
score
you don't
way.
wanna make-
Agreed.
This makes
So
his
there's
score.
not much margin.
This makes his score way easier. Then he just stuffs it on here and it's a guaranteed 1. This is at least he has to manage something.
That's a
here.
hard shot. I thought about that, but if you ever pick the back red and he makes this angle runner for 4, you're going to be really upset.
I don't mind that shot, Dave.
The only
mind it,
shot
Dave,
that
right
I
here.
see dangerous is this one.
I kind of like this. I like that shot.
Even if I move him in for a shot, he's still got a impossible 2. Right?
It's whatever you're seeing, Scott.
He's got this through the hole.
He's got the through the hole for 3. Let's not kill a ton of time here, boys.
No.
It's a pretty big
Obviously,
shot.
the best shot's the dead freeze.
I think I like this double.
All right.
And what is Scott like?
It's thin.
That's the question.
You got to play it thin.
We know this pass.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
Well, this was Scott's first call, and one of the things that they teach you is to go with your gut often as a skip. Lots of discussion about what you make and what you leave. Scott going to take a look. He doesn't seem to be as concerned about the outturn. They talked about the shot that you mentioned, Brian. It is tough.
That outturn, yeah, right through that port, hit the yellow.
14-5, buddy.
Guard there.
That was 14-3. They just
And
threw.
so for Scott Howard, wants to come on top of the stone, just thrown by Trevor Bonot.
I'd like.
Top 8.
We're a hair light.
Top 8.
We like to go.
Go then. Go. Yep.
Yep.
Room.
We got to go weight, Dave.
Line's good.
Room.
Just top 8.
Too much room. Has to curl.
Go, Matt.
Has to curl.
Weight's perfect. Weight's perfect.
Hey, get it here. Get it here. Get it
Me.
here.
Me.
Yes.
Go.
Hard
Don't
tip.
move it. Don't move it.
It's perfect shot, Scotty.
Good shot,
Great
Scotty.
weight from Scott Howard in the meantime. It looks like a great opportunity here for James Grattan.
Chance for 4. Matt Dunstone hit and rolled on his final stone, but he didn't roll under as far as he wanted to. So for James, he has to get by the guards, tap it back. Could be 4.
Gotta go, gotta go.
There's the tap, drives it through, shooter sticks around. What a score.
Wow.
Bratton up by 2 on Dunstone after 3. And back to our feature. That's a great draw from Scott Howard. It is Ontario shot stone. So for Trevor, is he just little pick of the yellow?
You bet.
Just a little touch?
Chip it sideways ever so slightly.
Close.
Wait,
Good.
Final stone in 3 and a 1-1 tie. Trevor Bonot
Tee back button.
needs a little surgery here. Has to
Close.
Wait's good.
just move his yellow stone, pick it in, and move it enough for Shot Rock.
Hard, guys. Hard.
It's close. Little rub. It's in. What a shot. Trevor Bonot.
What great brushing all the way down. Great communication with Mike. Wonderful weight by Trevor Bonot.
Attaboy, Trev.
Attaboy is right. The fans from Northern Ontario in the house. Little tick. Beautiful. Yeah, great shot. 2-1, Northern Ontario.
The Brier is just the most special curling tournament on earth. The Brier's the show. That's where you want to be.
It means everything. Absolutely everything.
I talked a lot about it being like the Masters. It's got a lot of tradition, a lot of history. If you don't know what curling is, you know what the Brier is.
So special to play amongst some of the best to ever do it.
Sliding out on that ice with all the colors of all the provinces is very special.
The Brier crowd is just a little bit different.
This is a childhood dream come true.
It's just, the pinnacle of what we dream to do as little kids.
All you're trying to do is win the Brier, which is everyone's dream.
Everybody wants to win the Brier. To earn that Purple Heart is a massive accomplishment.
The Brier is the ultimate goal as a Canadian curler.
It's the event I look forward to the most all year.
There's really nothing like it. Like every time that we're here and we show up, and it never gets old.
Love it. Love it.
How do you follow that up? I mean, that says it all, doesn't it?
Does. And even as a broadcaster, it is just such a special event to see all the colors from all across our great country, all trying to represent Canada. And there is no better honor in any sport to represent your country at a world championship.
The men's worlds will be in Switzerland. That'll start at the end of the month in late March on TSN, and one of these teams will indeed be Team Canada. And what an honor it is to wear that maple leaf. Here in 4, 2-1 Northern Ontario in our feature. What a lovely touch shot. Trevor Bonot, that little chip in sideways to get the single.
Really gotta go.
And the double attempt by Matt Cam, unsuccessful.
Well, for Team Northern Ontario, at the end of an end, you have a chance to grab some water and talk to maybe your coach on the bench for a couple of minutes. And I would almost bet the farm that I don't have, that Al Hackner would have said to the Northern Ontario team, just take a breath and execute. Look at the scoreboard. You feel like you've been struggling. You have been, but you're winning this game. And so it's time to give Trevor Bonot a little bit of help.
Shot, Jordan. That's normal, though. That was a little warm, yeah. 9-3. Okay.
You guys want to just freeze this for now or no?
Not opposed to freezing.
Critical game on sheet D between Catlin Schneider and Reed Carruthers.
Well, it looks like a simple draw for 2, and it is, but that is because Brad Jacobs made the double, almost the triple on his final stone. It was Team Manitoba facing 3, and so he got himself out of a bunch of trouble. But for Catlin, as long as he can get 3/4 of his stone into the 12-foot, it is for 2.
Catlin Schneider skipping out of Brier for the first time. We saw him get so close with Matt Dunstone.
14-1. 14-1.
Played football as well, university football for the University of Regina Rams. So a lot of great memories in this city. Lives now in the area, about 20 minutes away, and a nice draw to tie things up at 3 after 3 for Catlin Schneider.
And on our feature sheet, Ontario letting Northern Ontario off the hook with that rollout. So a chance now for Mike to get behind that guard. It is a long guard, but curls so much. As long as you're buried, it forces your opponent to make a tough shot.
I think we're perfect. Yeah.
Line's fine. Ken, just wait for it.
Yeah, we can wait.
Just wait for it. Line's still good. Not to curl yet. Line's great. Whoa,
Tell me then.
We're
top. Just shy of top 8. Shy of top 8.
Whoa, it's over curl.
This is going to poke out the other side a little bit. Just speaks to that curl.
Not really. Well, no, but
Gotta wait.
It's not any more than that.
Like, board?
Board. I think you're in the hunt there.
That looks good, eh, Matty?
Yeah, I like that ice. Get the weight.
David Mather's asking for a little bit more ice. Would love to hit and roll underneath the corner guard.
Tim, keep going. Whoa. Hair hot.
Trying the thin little double. Little audible, and you just heard a hair hot out of his hand.
Go, Davey.
A little bit.
In the hunt, pretty close.
And a very low-scoring affair. What is this, the 1990 Brier?
Is that rock a little
They got
straight?
some ways to go.
1-0 Yukon over Newfoundland Labrador.
Game is moving along at warp speed.
That is Team Simmons with the blanks, the last few ends.
There's more. Line's close.
Top 4.
Hey, whoa, just Kurt. There, guys. Whoa. Wait for it.
Okay.
Out there further. Just wait for it, though. That's good.
Top 8.
Gotta go for top 8.
George.
Jordan Hart.
Gotta go, George. Hard. Okay.
That's good.
It's a little heavy.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Board. You saw board here in the first end. Curls.
It really is great to see school kids from right across Regina and surrounding area.
Yep. Gotta go. You really gotta go.
That's terrific. I love the program where they bring the students in, gives you exposure to a sport you may not have seen before or played.
Straight.
Yep.
Good weight.
Good weight.
Everything's running so much straighter for me. I can't get curl.
Yeah.
Yep, let's go. Yeah.
Hello.
They got their papers and their little curling rules of the game, learning about the game, papers in hand. And I think more importantly, Kathleen, getting out of school.
Well, that was
I remember being that age. Get me to a live event. Get to watch some curling. Why wouldn't you?
Yes, hard.
Come on.
Stay with it, guys.
Come on. Whoa.
Good shot.
Little roll for Trevor Bonot.
Really want to roll there.
You know, we were chatting, Kathy. I remember a Carey Anderson shot back in the day, similar to this one. This was a key shot in 3.
And this is so tough for Trevor Bonot. He sits in the hack. You can see just a glimmer of the stone that he has to move sideways. If he's a little bit tight, he wrecks on the red, gives up 2. If he's a little heavy, he pushes his own out, but he has the precise weight that he needs. A wonderful shot, and look at momentum swing. This end is the first time we've seen Northern Ontario putting Ontario in trouble.
The key shot brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together. And that Anderson shot, that was 2020, Kathy, her first Scotties win. Where I think it was an out turn for her, and it came across in a beautiful little, as you would say, a little scooch, tiny scooch to get in there. Scott Howard got one, roll it over and just under. He clips it a bit, and the shooter will roll through.
So close.
This is a mystery. What's that?
A bit of a mystery out here.
Oh, man. I really liked it and let it go.
Curled more than my hack waiter.
A little light?
Nope.
And that tells you everything you need to know. Just perplexed.
But Kathy, in their defense, I mean, we've heard, it's easy for us up here, right? We get to hear the athletes, you listen across the sheets. That's a common theme. And we're talking about skips that have won 5 times. Brad Gushue, Kevin Cooey, 4-time winner. I mean, it's tough out there. It's tricky.
You have to be careful what you ask for. The ice was straighter than the curlers wanted. They were concerned it wouldn't move enough. Oh, you could just see right there. I can watch the whole game. And so Greg papered the stones because he doesn't want to have to do it later in the week as we get towards the elimination games. But that means that the rocks are slightly different. If you'd figured out stones, now you have to refigure them out. And it is the paths and the weight. And that's why we're not seeing the execution you would expect. They're throwing them exactly where they want to, and they're not getting the results.
Sorry, I thought it was bite. I thought we won by 4.
That's why I was saying maybe make it had to draw them.
Good shot, bud.
Thanks. I shoot, man.
We'll draw out.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
He's making this 10 out of 10 times.
So this isn't the cold draw, Kathy. Scott's playing a tap to this stone, it looks like, with that broom down.
He is. That guard is so long and the finish is so big. We saw a similar shot played earlier in this end to get to the nose, has to tap it back at least 4 feet.
Forward! Forward!
Yep.
Forward!
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
They felt maybe heavy out of his hand.
Oh, Matt.
Cam with some extra carving and curling. Nice shot, Scott Howard. On the nose, sticks around.
Well done.
We are trading singles in our feature. The Battle of Ontario here in Regina, all tied up at 2 at the Montana's Brier. Welcome back inside the Brandt Center, home to the Western Hockey League's Regina Pats, where Connor Bedard started here the last couple of years, the first overall pick to Chicago, and now it's the Curling Stars taking center stage across Canada, the best men in the game. And in our feature game, a 2-2 tie, Kathy. Northern Ontario, Trevor Bonot with hammer. Who's got momentum in this game? It's been kind of an interesting game. They let each other off the hook in that second end. What's your sense?
You know what? I don't feel that there is momentum for either team. After Trevor Bonot's really great shot in 3, Northern Ontario put more pressure on Team Ontario than we had seen so far. But then Scott Howard makes a terrific shot.
Top 8.
It's going back and forth.
Let's go back to sheet A. Well, we got you, Kathy. Dunstone, Grattan.
I think he's playing the in-off. Or even running the corner guard, and it's hard to tell from this angle.
So making a play on his red stone out of the wings, and it sounds like it's backing up on him. So Matt Dunstone can't even clip anything, and it looks to be 1 yellow.
I think it is. He was trying to slash that over and maybe pop. Oh, 1 red, they're tapping.
Okay, so Dunstone gets a single out of that, so it is 4-3. James Grattan after 4.
What's that?
I'm sure still reeling after giving up a 4.
Only.
Is that just not the New Brunswick way and the Grattan way? You know, a bit of a slow start, and then out of nowhere finds his game, heats up, and starts giving some of the favorites absolute fits. So we'll keep an eye on that one for you.
You can go, Dave. You can go as hard as you want. As hard as you want. Get it over there. You need more.
Good shot, Matt.
Shot, Matt.
Okay, shot.
I could have called it earlier.
Hurts too.
And the reason they were sweeping, normally you don't like it to go behind the T line. Some pretty good numbers for Tim March.
It's so tricky.
A little bit
is that they didn't want it sticking out so that there could be a double for Northern Ontario.
Just need a little more curl.
Oh, it's dead lost.
Dead lost? I know, it's nice if her nose frozen though.
Yeah.
Yep, line.
Just line.
Okay. Where? Wade's close.
Sorry about that again, buddy.
Line only.
Line. Close to lunch.
Line only.
Egg or T?
T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
T.
Yeah. Hard.
Go! You gotta go.
Hard.
Back button.
Whoa. Okay, not bad, Jordan.
And Potts. Shot stone, back button.
Well, they had to sweep to get it by, and so it went deeper than Jordan wanted it to go. But that was all about line. And the reason they don't like that is because now, of course, a chance for Matt Cam to do the same. And that scoring zone is getting smaller and smaller by the minute for Northern Ontario.
I thought in the hunt.
What you got? I had a little light.
Definitely a little less, though,
Hair
boy.
tighter.
Gotta go.
Yep,
Hard line.
Hard line. Really gotta go, Tim.
Well, you can hear Tim.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. If you can bounce the
Every
yellow
ounce
just an
of
inch.
effort.
All right.
I don't know, Matty.
Try,
I had
buddy.
less, but
I'm wondering about that rock.
Like the throw spot?
15-1.
Look like a hair tighter.
Two really different slides.
Yeah, yeah.
Slow with
I
a
only
push
thought
on
it'd
that
feel
one.
like 3 feet less.
That's good. Dissecting what may have gone wrong. So important for the brushers to communicate what they're seeing. You can slide fast and then pull back, and so you can get different outcomes. And for Tim to say, no, it was a different throw, that's why.
Weight's pretty good. Hard.
Hard.
Hard line.
Hard, you gotta go.
Gotta go, gotta go.
And this one's taking off as well for Northern Ontario.
Hard.
And that will also rack on the
Hard.
front stones, top 12.
That's about just maybe just biting 4 foot.
Kathy, Brad Jacobs settling into the hack, and this looks to be a nice opportunity for multiple points here.
I saw Catlin Schneider hit and roll out on his first. And so for Brad Jacobs, because Catlin's freeze did not corner the stone, he can see probably half from the hack. Tap back for 4.
Carruthers, the Brier champion with Jeff Stoughton. Brad Jacobs, his Brier title Edmonton in 2013, and then that Olympic gold medal in Sochi. In a 3-3 tie, final stone in 4.
Connor Negavan doing everything he can to keep it straight.
By the red stone, Samagalski, and they just didn't have the speed to move it as far as they wanted.
That's good.
It looks to be good for 2.
I think
That was
so.
really hard.
It was very
Good sweep,
hard.
Con.
You saw Connor working so hard to get it by, and then they had to curl it past the guard. Great effort.
I don't know if it was makeable for
Coach Rob Meekin. Yeah, and you heard Brad say,
sweep, Con.
not even sure if it's there.
Really good sweep.
Look at Connor. So they have to get by that much. Now they're asking Derek to finish it, and there's just no space.
And that little wick of the yellow, the way they were set up, slowed it down enough. But it is 2. And our feature, look at Tim March again. My goodness, he has been sweeping since day 1. Rock one. And I think that is shot rock for Team Ontario.
Beautiful team shot.
That's a curling shot. Really good, Dave.
Great throw, great brushing. Tim March. Just look at how up and down he is. So much pressure.
And Kathy, you won't see that on the percentages or on SportsCenter or the highlight reels, but that is what makes the difference. Yeah, and that's what gets you into that top 3 spot in your pool, doing that all week long.
Clean.
On it.
Yep.
So different. You know, years ago, you would select players to your team based on their throwing ability. Now you're also looking as a front end for big, strong fit. And he qualifies under all
you want
3.
this kind of like high halfway, right?
Our colleague Joanne Courtney changed the game.
She sure did for women, no
she
question.
Elevated that style and that type of player big time. All right, Kathy, we have to get some ammunition to sheet B because how many blanks is that now?
Pass. Somebody, well,
5.
4. Somebody's got somewhere to go.
We're just past
The
that.
record's 6 in a row, by the way.
We're tight.
Maybe that's
really
what they're going for.
Hard, Matt.
Everything you got, buddy.
Hard, Matt. Whoa.
That's Andrew Simmons' team, by the way, with the hammer and all those blanks at the St. John's Curling Club in Remax Center.
I agree, Dave.
straight and fast.
Dave.
They're not even close. Yeah.
Very low numbers compared to his average the week.
We talked about it his last game, 97%, but in his defense, Kathy, a lot of players are getting caught, whether it's certain paths or a stone here or there.
Well, and you heard him say that he just does not think that his 2 stones are matched.
Yep.
Mike McGarville for Northern Ontario. Run it back, clip that red stone out. Great result as that red one now allows yellow to be shot stone, but that button's still available for Team Ontario.
And that was the call and the play, to run it straight back. The way that they were lined up, trying to get it to curl just that little bit more. Might have been able to stick around on the raised stone. Not bad.
There, Scott. Lock it on.
Okay, maker, Scotty.
Out turn side open for Scott to get down to the face of that stone.
A little late.
Really good.
Real good.
Eric Lindros
Easy,
right across the board there.
Weight's good.
Hard, boys.
Gotta go.
Hard, boys.
Gotta go.
Hard, Matt.
Keep going.
Hard, Matt.
Keep going.
What an opportunity here for Ontario.
Really gotta go.
Hard line.
Hard, boys.
Hard line. Hard everything.
And look at this, going straight sideways on him.
Bounce it, bounce it.
Just the weight.
Handle, eh?
Yeah, just not throwing as much handle. I should have been closer.
Sorry, Dave.
It's okay.
No handle, eh?
Yeah, it wasn't spinning coming into the house.
So talking about rotation, especially once the stones are sharpened, they pick and grab, pick and grab. You need a lot of rotation, and at the softer it is, they just drift.
Okay. Mike was just so firm on his.
Yeah.
I think otherwise.
Right on top.
Yeah. It'll crank over there. Just
for sure it will.
Just get it spy. Top 4 and then take it to the button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weight's good. Yeah, I like it.
91%.
No, weight's good.
Wonderful numbers again, Trevor Bonot.
Weight's good.
Top 4. Line's good. Gotta go. Gotta go. Line's perfect. Line's great. Keep it moving, George.
It's good.
Hard. Keep it going. If you can. Go.
No, you go.
Curl.
Guys, no bounce.
Curl in, piece of the button. What a great shot, Trevor Bonot, who is a highlight reel machine so far this week here in Regina.
So calm. Great brushing. And they paused enough to communicate where it was at so that Mike could make the call. Well done.
No, we can't, eh? No.
I could just draw and give him that tap for...
even if you play this, if you miss it, I
kind of like it, Dave.
Okay. It could go bad.
What's that?
You could lose both those back reds.
Well, I could throw board.
Well, it doesn't really matter if we lose both these back reds. This one's always here.
Yep,
It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
That rock's not going anywhere.
Okay.
My only worry is we're going to leave an easy shot for 3 when we could cut off the 2 now.
If I hit it right on the nose, it's perfect.
It's touching it, isn't it?
You got to be a hair inside nose.
What's that?
You can get shot.
I do too. Yeah. Kind of weight though, Dave.
Up to you, man.
He's making it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Normal.
Well, 2 schools of thought.
Millimeter low.
Scott initially had talked about coming down and sitting right here.
Normal, boys.
But now they've decided that what they're going to do is they're playing this run back.
You got to bite the first line, can't cross it, right?
That redstone biting the top of the 8-foot is your potential problem. It doesn't get right to the nose.
And the danger, if you take your own red, you open it up and it's an easy draw for the 3.
Really hard, Matty. Really hard, come on! Whoa.
And that's over curling. Where does that red spill? Red spills out, yellow spills out. So, a draw for 3 for Trevor Bonot, and he just threw it.
Full 4 does it. Yeah.
He made that nice little tick shot to get a single. He made the draw here, a beauty to the button, and now can follow that stone down to his yellow, outcount the Reds, and score 3 here in 5.
Now, we've talked about Trevor being a former Canadian mixed champion. In mixed play, there is a lot more stones in play in the past.
I got a little more.
And a lot more delicate tap shots. His finesse game is his strength.
Final stone in 5 and a 2-2 tie.
Take a look. I need a little curl.
2 in his back pocket already, trying to get the 3rd point.
Line's fine. Go to here, guys.
Top 10.
Right
up to Potts and Bird now to guide this stone in.
There's no bounce, no bounce, no bounce.
And it will stop in time. What a shot again. If you didn't know, it's Bonot, and he is outstanding, getting it done in Regina. Remember the name because he is bringing it thus far at the Montana's Brier.
The 2024 Montana's Brier is proudly presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By Home Hardware, here's how. By Scotties Facial Tissue, unleash the Scotties. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
In the distance, you see Mosaic Stadium, home to the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the CFL. And right in front of you is where we are. The Brandt Center holds over 6,000 people. The Regina Pats on a road trip right now, so we can bring you the Montana's Brier. And Trevor Bonot has been making clutch shots since the start of this competition. And he's got his team now a lead after 5, Kathy.
Well, it is the Bonot shots that really stick out for me. That very soft touch shot in 3 when his team was really struggling. That is his settling ability, and then taking advantage of that great draw away to get the 3 points in 5. And when you look at the matchup, it has been Trevor Bonot that has been making all the last shots. Scott Howard's have been difficult, but it has been a bit of a struggle.
After 5, brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. See 4-time Brier champ Glenn Howard rallying his troops. Final 5 next from Regina. Kathy, right back at it with an update. Manitoba, Dunstone, and James Grattan, New Brunswick.
Well, Matt Dunstone was facing 2 on his final. He hit and rolled underneath. He is shot. James is trying to run back one of his guards and try to pick it out. He sticks it. It's for 2.
And just clips his yellow. How good was that? So close.
Great effort.
But a steal of 1 for Dunstone. They got a good one over there. 4-4 after 5.
Good thing, guys.
More or less.
We talked about it, Kathy, off the top of our broadcast this morning. Really, there's been a few surprises this week. Some of the favorites not playing well. Some of the underdogs are playing fantastic thus far.
Well, Matt Dunstone giving up 4. Who expects that? James Grattan starting to feel really comfortable. We've seen virtually no rocks in play on Sheet B. And on Sheet D, the touch shots of Brad Jacobs are always very special. But Catlin Schneider is playing without any fear, and that makes him a very difficult competitor.
Team Carruthers, the only undefeated team thus far as we get a little bit closer to the end of round robin group play. That'll wrap up on Thursday night. 5-2 in our feature, and that 3 stands out for Northern Ontario and Trevor Bonot. Really nice pair of rocks for him. A couple of great draws. So here in 6, down by 3, Ontario with hammer throwing the red rocks.
Room.
Well, we talk about the importance of the 5th end break at juniors, the chance to settle teams down. But it doesn't change even as an adult. It's a really good opportunity to stop and reflect and talk about stones and ice. I feel that both of these teams early on have struggled where to put the broom. And I think that they would have had discussions. Most of the challenges have been on weight. Throwing a little bit more or a little bit less than asked for or broomed for gets such different results with these sharpened stones.
You may not have any more experience than the guys behind the bench for this game, and Glenn Howard and Al Hackner. And what I wouldn't do to be a fly in the wall to hear those two guys talk curling and, you know, have a pint after a game and just hear some of their stories and, you know, absorb some of that knowledge.
Whoa, yep, whoa. Okay, Drew.
All right, Kathy, we just talked about them. Let's show them, BC and Manitoba.
Well, the frozen stone by Brad Jacobs is shot, and there's no way to get it out for multiple points. So Catlin ignoring it and looking to draw needs full 8.
Hide heavy. Hide heavy, guys. Line's good now.
You've mentioned it before, Muddy, but he's just loving playing here.
Yeah, it's really exciting. He says his company has bought a box inside the Brand Center.
14-7.
People driving in from Lloydminster, his former football teammates, all coming to support BC and Catlin this week. And that's a great drop. So he'll find the 4-foot. And he's giving Carruthers a good battle over there. It is a 1-point game after 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Thirty-five-year-old Jordan Potts for Northern Ontario.
Whoa, then where? Right over to that one, top 4.
I think we're top 4. Wait, don't want to. Wait.
Yep, yes, top line.
Top 4 to it.
Gotta go line.
Oh, it's good.
Hard. Whoa, we're over curling. We're coming out the other side. Set.
And right he is. It does. Look at that.
Real good.
You get by and you're wide open on the other side.
Kind of wait.
Board. You have to touch it.
Board? Is that enough?
Just board.
Just board?
Kathy, we got some breaking news. I think we got some points on the board here. Sheet B between Newfoundland, Labrador, and Yukon.
Well, there will be points no matter what. Thomas Scoffin Stone is deep in the house. And so an opportunity for Andrew, if he can get by the guard, to tap it back and put 2 on the board and take the lead.
Andrew Simmons, Colin Thomas, Stephen Trickett, Alex Smith out of the Remax Center St. John's Curling Club, Newfoundland and Labrador. And that will hang around. And 2 on the board after multiple blanks. It is 2-1 after 6.
Thank you. I don't even hate staying behind that corner.
Better than rolling here. Either way, what do you like? Hack. Okay.
Ontario able to move 1 stone out, move the other one, caught it. So it is out from behind cover.
Yes! Whoa. Oh!
It's good.
Whoa! Yep! Oh! Whoa! Yep!
It's close on and off.
Oh, yes!
Good. He said, I'm trying to see. The is whether it curled a little bit too much and if it's second shot or not. Scott Howard taking a good look.
Okay, boys, I think we got to make
I don't mind it.
I think you could hear them, Kathy, that on and off all the way down. Such a precise little shot they were trying to accomplish.
Not the end of the world, though.
Okay.
Fourth
okay,
isn't bad, yeah.
Hack.
Now, 2 reasons for this call. One is it might be second shot. The other is that if David can get underneath a little bit, it'll be behind a corner guard.
Board.
Scott looking to score multiples and use that guard.
Really, curl.
Roll the other way.
Curl, you need to curl. Really got to curl.
Just stop.
Okay.
Dave.
Not bad.
Ontario lying 2 and 3 with hammer here in 6.
I think David threw it really well. Maybe just that little bit of extra weight kept it straighter.
How heavy was that? How heavy was that? Want to swap sets next time?
Four shot. 2, 3. Okay, top 4. Top 4, just bite the forefoot.
Okay, bite the forefoot, let's go.
Trying to get a second one in.
Where? Yep, early.
T line.
Whoa, then. Line's good.
We're back 4.
Yes. Where?
We're still back 4. Or past that. We're back 4.
Hard. Curl, straight.
Okay, Mike.
So a little deep. They wanted it, as you heard, Kathy, more above the tee line.
Well, because for Northern Ontario, they're trying to play to steal and don't want to give some backing.
It's a little dangerous back there, but...
And that, Kathy, is a wonderful relationship that Trevor talked about. He said it's so great to have Al here, but
the tight one. Just hit it. One of them was going to stay, but the other one,
even more to that,
be wide open.
He's a legend back home. He's a legend in curling, and sitting around with him, having a beer after the game, absorbing the knowledge, just having him around the team has been wonderful for this Bonot squad.
He's just, well, he was the Iceman, and he's just not going to get agitated about anything.
Nice shot. Great shot, Dave.
Nice little hit and roll.
Beauty, Dave.
Very nice.
David Mathers coming through. Shot Stone, Team Ontario.
Go, pistol.
Nice throw, Dave.
Not bad, yeah.
Great weight. Good read.
Wherever it is, pick it.
We got to get to the inside of it, eh?
Good.
Hair? Yeah. Ooh, that's
this is
so
a
dangerous.
two's fine, right?
If he freezes there, eh? Or does he make a play on something? He still get.
But then we just have this wide open
to the
one.
inside of it.
Give him 2.
If we're ever just on the outside, though, like it's
terrible. Yeah. Where were you again? Just out.
Yeah.
Little less.
It started to go down and talked about whether you play the pick. The challenge is you can drive it back onto your own, and all of a sudden those red stones start to build up, and you, even if you make it perfectly, you give Scott Howard an easy shot to get around. So playing the freeze.
We talked about Al Hackner, Kathy. You look at that stat. So in his first 3 Briers, he made every final. Silver, #1. Second,
Wait's good.
Brier. Silver again. Third Brier, champion.
Line perfect. T. Weld it, guys.
Gotta go a bit.
Run the line. Yep. Hold the line.
We're bouncing a bit.
Okay, whoa. Yep. Straight.
Little bounce. And I think shot Stone as well.
He has been so good. When his team struggled early, Trevor Bonot said, with or without you, I'm going to play really well. And now his team has come along.
Yeah, I want to roll it.
Okay.
Hack.
You're
Line 3 anyway. I think no matter what he does, play the safe, something safe today. You give him 2 max.
We know it was
Hack, boys.
Hack. What are we trying to do, Scott? Roll.
Just hit and roll way over there.
Way over? That's
Stay in the 8-foot if you can, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
What a great testament to how much this ice curls, that stone is frozen and Scott Howard can make a play at it, move it out, and lie to. It's all in the weight.
You guys I got pretty good weight. Here, late.
Whoa.
Scott Howard looking for an answer here in 6.
Really got to curl.
Come on,
Easy, straight.
Matt Camp carved it over. Keep it straight. Tim March hit it, move it.
Hard.
And it is
good.
Ontario lying the 1.
Overcurled it.
Come on,
Easy, straight.
At that point, they're working really hard, and then it starts to finish too much.
Hard.
Whoa.
Gotta go.
Good.
foot more, eh?
Yeah, it's just easier.
Okay.
So what do we got here, Kathy? Similar shot, a tap and a roll. What's perfect here?
You got it.
I think he's trying to come back down on top again, or is he playing the double?
Oh, big weight double. Here we go. It does a rocket. Final stone for Trevor Bonot here in 6. 1, 2, move it enough. Going sideways.
Okay.
Now, is that yellow? Can they move it enough and get more than 1 or 2?
Right? I want to see 2.
It's hard.
Might be there.
Picks that red sideways.
Should be.
Right now it is
You just blast this with firm.
shot stone.
This will go here and we'll count
belonging to Northern Ontario, but can they manufacture something here?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. Nose like, probably Nose
all you
probably
need,
does it.
yeah, Nose does it.
They can get 2 for sure.
I got all of it though?
That's
You have all plus an inch.
Just wait and see if they come up with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if you roll here,
You've hit the red stone hard.
Yep.
So you hit this Yellowstone really hard. It's going to spin a little bit, but your shooter's going to stay there. And even if the Yellowstone is jammed back here, it's still, this one is still going to be the second shot.
Great opportunity to get right back in it here. Final stone in 6, Scott Howard.
You gotta go, Tim. You gotta
Oh,
lean
they
on
picked
that.
him up right out of his hand. Tim March. Can he do it one more time and save it one more time? The hit.
Shot.
And he will. The action on the yellow kicked it sideways. The red sticks around. And 2 for Ontario.
What a great assist by Tim March. That stone was moving.
Yeah.
That's a save.
Big scrub, big hit. And within 1 in our Battle of Ontario here on this Tuesday morning in Regina. Glad you're with us. We'll step aside. Northern Ontario with Hammer when we come back.
It's most special to represent Quebec. We had a great year, so just continue on that momentum to make the playoff. It's a big goal, but I think it's realistic. We have the potential to do it. We just have to be great all week.
This is the most important event to me. There's a lot of great teams. That's what makes the Brier fun, is anybody can beat anybody, so you need to show up and be prepared to play every single game and give it your all.
That is our feature this afternoon. Tyler Smith, PEI. Julien Tremblay out of Quebec. 3-1 record for PEI. 2-2 for Quebec. 3 Eastern time. As Vic Rauter back in the booth with Russ and Kathy and Joe and your standings. We know Reed Carruthers still undefeated. Bonot, big game. Obviously the head-to-head with Howard. That is critical in Pool B. You can see Tremblay at 2-2, and what a great start for PEI, 3-1. Right there with Saskatchewan. Jamie Cooey, maybe the story of the week so far. The team from the north, that 4-1 record. Kathy, it has been so much fun to have this much parity and everything going on thus far at the Brier.
And for a lot of people, some of those names may not be familiar, but from you and I covering juniors for years, Matt Manuel, Tyler Smith, these are teams that we saw, and they have always had so much potential, and they're finding their ways now, so not surprising that they're doing so well, and Jamie Cooey has been a wonderful story.
Great shot. Scott Howard back in 6 as he made the hit, scored his pair. So here in 7, Northern Ontario, the 1-point lead with Hammer, throwing the Yellow Rocks.
All right, cool center.
Right to it.
Trying to get the curl.
And Jordan able to remove the red stone.
Well, Ontario and Scott Howard have what they need. They've got 2 great guards. Lots of distance between them. Even when the Northern Ontario team wants to start to run them,
good, guys.
it may take more than one throw to get rid of both.
Update time. Thomas Goffin out of the White Horse Curling Club in Yukon, taking on Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, he's in tough. You see that he's facing 2, needs the 4-foot, but what a wonderful opportunity. His dad, Wade, is on the ice playing with him as he did last night. Just to be able to play with your son at the Brier, pretty special. We saw daughter of the parent, Bailey, play with her mom in that one win. Helen Strong came on the ice. So pretty special moments for the Scoffin family at the Canadian Championships this year.
And unfortunately, though, for Thomas, that'll come up short. And it'll be 2 stolen points for Team Simmons. Andrew Simmons, his team out of the Remax Center St. John's Curling Club, and a 4-1 lead.
Yep. Don't want line. Okay, well, line's fine. Where?
Little warm team.
Max, we're
Team
back
blast.
4.
You're up here.
Meantime, Reed Brothers, the broom down here for Brad Jacobs, Kathy.
Well, a chance for some big points if he can run it back. Brad Jacobs faced 2 on his first and tried to freeze. He was a little bit short. It's biting the top of the 4-foot.
Okay.
BC guarded, and so he's trying to run his own back and make the double.
Brad Jacobs, Semagalski on the brush. And he'll drive it by, so a steal of 2.
It's big in that game.
Catlin Schneider, always tough. And a 6-5 advantage for BC.
Good to see, Tim.
Top 8. Lines ahead tight, Tim.
Wade's good.
So you saw McCarville come in deep there, back 12 as
Wade's good.
Mathers delivers.
Really got to go line. Freeze the yellow.
Freeze yellow.
Yeah, you still got to go for line.
We don't have much here.
Keep going, boys. Keep going. Keep going, Tim. Keep going.
Oh, that's okay.
That curls. Good throw.
Not bad. A little late, not that late. Something weird happened on
I think
that.
that's one of Maddie's. That's one of Maddie's.
I had top 8.
No.
That pick, Dave.
Kathy, all these games really close across the board on this Tuesday morning as we look again, Manitoba, New Brunswick.
Well, and lots of pressure by Matt Dunstone. We saw early that struggle of giving up the 4, but he has fought his way back in, and James now facing 3.
Clean.
Needs to hit and stick.
Clean. Clean. Just clean. Whoa. Andy. Andy. Clean. Clean.
Nicely done.
5-4. New Brunswick leads after 6.
One yellow.
Well, a great chance for Ontario with the guards up front and shot Stone.
Oh, I got there.
See that great
Right
rotation
off, Tim,
on the
right
Stone
off.
thrown by David. That is what you want to see on the ice that we have now. That is finishing really hard, and the Stones are really sharp. It will have a predictable path.
Nice spot, Davey.
Shot, Davey.
Good, Dave.
Good.
Attaboy.
Very nice.
Throw.
Nice shot. Those rocks aren't even close. A little low.
So this is surprising to me. This is the second time we've heard David Mathers say those rocks aren't even close. I'm surprised they haven't moved them down to someone else. You really would like your third to be throwing match stones if possible.
Close. Curl. 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 Hard.
Mike McCarville, 1-2, clips 3.
That's good, Mike.
And rearranges things for a skip.
It's a little better.
Well, that helps, Mike. Yeah, a little better. Hey. Needed that one.
This is not really good, boys.
Really
It's
good.
hard to get there.
Well, not on this turn.
Oh, you're going to go that turn.
Dave?
That's the best spot. Whoa. Take this one, boys.
Right? But I
Probably
want to
the
be over
best.
here so he doesn't have this.
Come in.
And then if he makes it, I can still suck one around. Edge?
It's the same as kind of
I think right there, Scott.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, this situation is guarded. You see that long guard, but because of the finish and it's so long,
yeah, millimeter low.
For sure, Trevor Bonot can play the tap, and so they want to take that away.
Speed difference here looks pretty good.
Same weight, eh?
I think so.
Yeah, same weight as 2 ends ago.
Yeah, you want to get low, fellas.
Yeah, you call the line, we'll put the weight.
Same weight as that last end, eh?
Yeah.
So cornering on the stone so that there is no way for Northern Ontario to use it to run it back.
Feel, Scott?
Hair light.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Weight's good.
Get a room.
Weight's good.
Go around it.
Where? Top 4.
Get straight. I don't know. Straight.
Top 4.
Straight. Curl. Straight. Straight.
Little wick.
Nice shot.
And then to the side of the stone. You know, they were caught, Kathy. They were caught all the way down.
Just quicker.
They just weren't sure what to do with that stone.
Top 4.
Get straight. I don't know. Straight.
Top 4.
Straight. Curl. Straight. Straight.
It's a tough job.
Shot.
It's terrible.
When you're taking information, you're hearing bits and pieces, and you don't know what to do. And as a brusher, you're trying to share what the weight is. And for David, he's caught in between. What do I do?
Get it lost in there.
They left a piece out.
Same ice, just
Double opportunity.
It's going to be...
It's tricky. Like,
yeah.
The top red might not leave.
Trevor Bonot here in 7. Gets both spinning.
Keep going.
And look at the action on that red stone. Able to remove them from the 4-foot area.
A really good shot. That red stone was not going to go out easy because of the angle that he was hitting it at. But moved shot stone out of the 4-foot and is shot, and that was key.
Same everything, boys.
Same thing, bud.
Same everything, buddy.
So same throw for Scott now to try coming and bury one for shot stone.
Okay,
Megan, same weight.
Exact same throw.
He had perfect weight last time for this shot.
Inch more?
About
Yeah, it's a
same.
little wider, boys.
About the same weight. Hair more.
Straight.
Weight's good.
Yep.
Heavy.
Line's good.
Line only.
Line's good.
Back 4.
Close, Matt.
Line only. Back 4.
Whoa.
Easy.
You got room.
Curl. Always curl. Always curl.
We're max weight.
Really heavy.
Max weight.
Has to slow down. B shot stone.
And it does.
Just in time.
I think it's us.
For one.
What's the other? It's us.
Possible split
Yeah.
for 2.
It's just quicker.
Yeah, it's over buried. Really difficult to tap it at all.
I think our shooter
Clear the guard by like.
I know.
It's just the same shot. It's just T-line, different line.
That's to draw the button.
Yeah.
So you're just throwing like the same way he just. I want to throw here.
Yeah, okay, I like that.
So it is the split here, Kathy.
Yep,
He tries for 2.
It is indeed.
That goes an inch farther.
I know.
No split.
Yep. T-line or
just back button weight. Yeah.
Yep.
Even Mike and I were thinking what he had, but I think just back button weight.
Okay.
Yep.
You don't want to throw any more than that. You'd love the split, but no matter what, you do not want to be heavy and go through and squander this opportunity. You need to score for sure.
Had the big score of 3 with Hammer in this game earlier. Final stone at 7. Right now it is Ontario shot stone.
Kurt! Hard Kurt!
Definitely has the weight. Just got to get it over, get a piece of the yellow. And it will chip it, and where will this go? Got to stop in time. Look at it. Spin back up, and he's got his 2. He did it again.
That finesse ability. It does look.
2.
Mather's checking things over. It looks 2 to me.
Yeah, scoring 2. Sorry, we gave him the wrong weight call there.
That's good. Good enough anyway.
We'll measure it.
1 for sure, right? Don't touch it, guys. They're measuring. Yeah, oh yeah, that one, yeah. Just don't touch those ones.
So it will be a measure. 1 for sure.
Yes, please. Shot, Trev. I think it's us.
And you hear Mike McCarville pretty confident. I agree with him. I think it's 2.
I said back 8 all the way.
Oh, okay, we missed that.
I said back 8
That's
all the
okay.
way.
I think I got it.
It was more than that.
Well, he said, I was yelling back 4, and
it was back 12.
Yeah.
No matter what, good shot.
Oh, it's a great shot and great brushing
I think it's us. I didn't think it.
by the team, especially Curtis, to move that stone over to make contact at the hog line. He was not touching that stone at all.
I don't think it's close.
Okay, I'll get the way, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I think it is. You.
Thanks. This is for the second point. 1 yellow, that's for second point. We think it's us.
A massive measure. Al Hackner, Trevor Bonot looking on with Scott Howard.
We'll see.
What a great attitude. We'll see. He's just so calm. Diane Barker measuring first the Northern Ontario stone.
And Mike McCarville was right. It is 2, Northern Ontario. What a shot again, Trevor Bonot.
Well, a huge assist to Curtis Bird for making that stone move over when he needed. Sometimes you can't make it on your own.
Great support here inside Brand Center, and it's a 3-point cushion. Welcome back to our Brier coverage here in Regina. Brian Mutrick, Kathy Gauthier with you. Glad you're with us for our feature, and a nice split there in 7. Trevor Bonot. So a 3-point advantage here in 8. It is Scott Howard's team down by 3 with Hammer throwing the Red Rocks.
Help him for weight.
Kathy, his precision this week, the touch shots. We saw that little tick, the scoot shot earlier in this game. The split was really nice, and just his overall leadership and demeanor. I mean, he's been one of the players to watch this week.
He really is. You know, we look at certain teams and we look at certain skips and say, well, they are predominantly big hitters. They like the touch shot. In watching Trevor Bonot and his team, it is the soft shots that he is so proficient at. We saw it early in the third end when he made that just slight slash over there. He can throw big weight and throw it really well, but the most impressive are those soft shots.
Yeah, go a little bit. Weight's pretty good.
Gotta
go line. You know, weight too. It's not bad. Line's holding. Weight's good.
Weight's good.
Same room, guys. Go a bit.
It looks light. Go.
Gotta go, Curtis.
Go, 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 go.
Go, 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 go.
Hard, Curtis.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't want to bury it. Don't want to bury it.
Sit.
Good shot.
That's good.
It'll curl.
The building a little more lively this morning as the school kids have entered the fray. Enjoying some great curling and some great shots. And by the way, Mrs. McCarville, who is Mike McCarville's wife Krista, who we know all too well, competing at the Scotties. She's watching from Holy Family School. She's a teacher in Thunder Bay, and the grade 6 class is currently cheering on Mike and this team. And Mike's actually a teacher at St. Ignatius High School as well. He teaches math and biology, so there's a lot of support we know from back home in Thunder Bay, watching them right now with a 3-point lead.
I'll bet Mrs. McCarville's class knows more about curling than most grade 6 classes.
Right? There you go. You got a good teacher and instructor there. Lot of rocks in play on sheet D here, Kathy.
Well, it is 2 already for Manitoba. And it looks like he's playing the run back. There are 2 other... Oh, no, he's not. He's playing the draw. Trying to get to the full 8 foot. He's got to bite a piece of the 4.
There's a red stone in the wings, Kathy. Maybe he's playing a little, a little wick off the red stone.
It's hard because
You'll see in your screen
our sheet.
right now, that red there, and not quite.
So close. Just the 2.
A pair for Carruthers. And a back and forth game. That's been a good game every time we check in. 7-6, Reed Carruthers
easier, but we'll take a deuce.
2 very good teams.
Get ready, Dave. Get ready, Dave. Dave. Got a curl. Got a curl.
Top 12.
Got a curl.
Top 12.
Curl. Got a curl. Curl. Whoa.
Nice set,
Matty.
Nice set, Matty.
Good call, boys.
Now making good use of that corner guard.
Try to get her through.
And right now it is the plus advantage to Matt Cam.
Straight rip, I think, guys, for now.
Yeah, I like that.
In a 5-4 lead for James Grattan, but this is actually probably nice for Matt Dunstone for a change to settle in the hack, and he's just got to hit some paint here.
Well, the degree of difficulty is not high, but for Matt Dunstone has been chasing since he gave up a 4 early in the game. This would really swing things around and put this team where they're the most comfortable, which is up.
Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Good sweep.
Just not as aggressive with that, Petey.
And you saw Mike McCarville's shot just there to leave Northern Ontario line 3.
So a nice draw.
Yeah, good job.
See Ryan Harnden, Colton Lott, the front end sweeping in for Matt Dunstone, and they lead by 2.
Okay.
Board weight, Dave?
Yeah.
Board.
So not about the double, trying to throw soft weight shots and roll underneath the corner guard that is still in play.
Harder, Tim.
You gotta go,
Harder.
Tim. Yeah, you're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it.
Look at the rock move with that brushing.
Sit. Gotta go, Scott.
Nice, Dave.
Good, Dave.
Pretty good.
And we continue updates with our National Men's Championships. Goffin a single. It's 4-2 Newfoundland Labrador.
Yeah, roll for 3, eh? Even nose. Okay. Normal. Okay.
So peeled the guard the first time to give access to the stone in the house. And now chasing that stone.
Clean. Yep. Yes. Hard.
Right to it.
Hard. No roll.
All right, let's roll.
Okay. Good first one. Yeah.
Is it better to split, Scott? Just ask
You made this pretty good.
Okay.
Is this easier with the out turn or the in turn? In turn for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
You're kind of solid hack on your last one.
What do you think? It'll be good here? I think it'll be
I think you're in draw stuff most of the way.
Okay most of the way.
Yeah, agreed.
Tim, stay close the whole way.
Okay. What kind of weight are you throwing, David?
Just through kind of thing.
Just through? Okay. Want to see solid throw out of the hand, Matty.
Talk to me.
Good.
Just through.
Hard solid.
Yep.
Heavy.
Whoa.
Hard.
Yep. Just through. Whoa. Matt. Whoa. Matt. Whoa. Matt. More.
Pretty nice.
Okay.
Nice, Davey.
Pretty good, starting to build up behind that corner, hoping to roll it a little bit under the guard.
So good.
And this is the matchup we talked about coming in. Both of these
hit
thirds
that, and we'll have a
numbers
double back.
lower
Like it,
than they
force the
have
double.
been.
I guess it's a
Well,
little bit of
yeah,
risk.
we ever do that.
Yeah.
Reason that the
That's
score
really
has been
bad.
so close is because both of them having a little bit of struggle today.
I don't hate it.
Close.
Man, did that ever look good.
I didn't think it was too that way,
Like if
right?
he hits, makes a hit and roll underneath
Yeah.
him, we have a straight run. Or pick that, right?
Rock's in a pretty
So
good
a bit
spot
of a
if he throws that.
situation
Yeah, I'm
right
with
now over on sheet B inside Brand Center here, and that's not what you ever want to see. Is it looks like there's some dripping or leaking coming from the ceiling, and that's obviously affecting play. And yeah, never a good sign when Greg Owasco is on his phone looking up and trying to figure out what's going on.
And it is a very cold day here, so that's not about
Fucking raining now.
something, like he's saying it's raining, so it's coming down hard.
Yeah. You got it, Greg.
So it sounds like they're going to pause play on that sheet and
Don't fuck away.
Well, and Greg will be talking to the people that are responsible for the building to try to figure out if there's a pipe or what it is, but for it to be coming down that hard, that's not playable. The Worlds in 2005 in Paisley, Scotland, we played in a building where there was a swimming pool, and the end sheet melted all the time, and they had pails that they would move in between throws.
Kathy, that's not good.
No, it's not.
Good throw, Chuck.
Good. Like we're doing this to give him two. That's what we're.
I think so.
And as we look at the skips numbers, it has been a beautiful day for Bonot. I mean, bringing it 93%. Really great numbers. The touch game has been great. Player comparisons brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
I think this way, Dave.
Okay,
Right
normal?
there, normal.
Okay. Okay.
And there's still opportunity for three here.
It's warm in here today.
Okay, Scotty, make her good, buddy.
Yeah.
And interesting, you heard Trevor Bonot say it's warm in here today. When I'm not in here with you, I'm outside of this booth, and there is a constant exhaust fans that are blowing cold air, but it's blowing at the people in the stands, not on the ice.
Hard to stay.
Firm.
And that will roll out. Unforced error there for Scott Howard.
Okay, buddy, shake it off.
Not very much. Trying to roll the other way.
Shot, angle, and roll center line.
Whatever you like, man. You probably got, I think you got half of that thing in the.
How much you got of that?
Pick. Like throwing it with.
So as they talk things
Or do
over,
you like
Kathy,
that
I mean,
better?
you can see the drips coming into the pail. So that is obviously a terrible situation for the ice.
If I don't like it from the half.
Take a look. We have lots of time.
And it's really dangerous when you start to have that, because underfoot, if you happen to go over it, well, first of all, if a rock goes over it, it's going to change the way that it's moving. But for players, it also poses a huge risk. Well, you saw that exhaustion by Scott Howard, just frustrating. So Trevor Bonot, oh yes, he's having a second thought. He was going to play the pick, but I'll bet it's not pretty from the hack. He paused for a moment, not really sure, but he's going with it anyway.
Whoa, 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 yep. Whoa, 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 George. George!
Final zone, Trevor Bonot here in 8, and he will flash right by.
Whoops.
So Ontario a chance to get right back in it. It is the draw for 2.
Well, I have watched his pre-shot routine in the games that he has played, and this one was definitely different. Watch him sit there, and there's the pause. The question in his mind, can I see enough to play this shot? And when that happens, it's usually your inside voice saying, maybe I should reconsider.
Close. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Either one of those would be fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Full 8 foot here for Scott Howard. And you pick up your 2 and right back in it. Final stone, the out-turn draw here in 8.
I think you got to go on that one, boys.
Really close, Scott.
No, we got to go hard.
Dig.
March and Cam right out of his hand. They have not stopped.
Listen to them.
Come on, go, buddy, go. Everything. Okay, good.
Another wonderful brush from that front end to get it there for Scott Howard. And 2 on the board. 7-6. Northern Ontario with the lead and hammer as we step aside from Regina. Welcome back to our Brier coverage here in Regina. Nice draw and a good brush. Team shot. Scott Howard in 8 to pick up the pair. So it is Northern Ontario, the 1-point lead with hammer here in 9. You see Tim March, the 2 high center guards up top. And Curtis Bird, his first right on the lid. And the 31-year-old out of Thunder Bay ready to deliver his second stone, the out-turn draw.
Wade's good. Top 8.
Line's good. Wade's good.
Top 8.
Line's great. We can go a bit. Room right now.
Wade's good. Top 8.
Now for Northern Ontario, you want to score 2.
Yep. Wade's real good.
Or blank.
Mike. Just Mike.
Right now the plan is to try to score 2 or put your stones in great positions.
Shocker.
Kathy, it has been a back and forth affair all morning long on sheet D.
Well, on his final stone, Brad Carruthers was hitting and trying to roll in, but he rolled a little bit too far. Or sorry, Brad Jacobs.
I liked it.
Well, Brad and Carruthers, technically you're not wrong.
And so this is a draw for 2.
Brad Jacobs, Reed Carruthers.
Right on the tee.
That means they're really good teammates, Kathy, when you morph them like that.
Yes,
you know, it means that they're on the same page. So
James Carruthers, Brad Jacobs throws last rock, but Catlin has the chance here for 2.
Catlin Schneider, yes, he does, and he will. And there is the 2, so that's a great game going back and forth.
It is. Experience on Brad Jacobs' side, but for Catlin, really just embracing the opportunity, playing in front of so many friends.
And that is an 8-7 lead for BC. So the repairs are continuing over on sheet B, and our understanding is the leak that's coming from the roof, well, they're going to try and have a collection basin up there to make sure the water doesn't fall down there. There you go. So using that bucket by assumption to make sure the water drips into that up top, it doesn't get to the ice, then they can resurface the ice. Both players for Newfoundland, Labrador, Yukon will get some slides in, throw a couple rocks, we think, resurface the ice and get back to play on sheet B. And this just happening on our sheet, Kathy.
Center guard, trying to run them back, gets both of those. That's a really good shot. You're always going to leave 1 stone, but it is so high now, and it's also off the center line.
A little light again. High half.
I felt like half.
Let me go. No. High. Halfway.
Yep. Keep going, Tim. Keep going. Keep going. Yep, keep going. You got to go past yellow. Don't need a curl.
Good back.
Shot, Matt.
Good buddy. Good sweep. Thanks. This ice is flat today.
And Dunstone 7-6 over Grattan, New Brunswick, and Matt Dunstone with hammer and a 1-point lead.
Yes! Hard, Kurt! Hard!
Right out.
Okay, Jordan, good.
Beauty. Perfect.
Just trying to figure out whether it's touching the
It's
foam.
not touching right now. I don't know if it rub it. Not touch it all. Sliver in there.
Crazy. Feels slow. Yeah. You feel slow.
Ooh, that is very close. I guess it's not touching.
Halfway.
Half.
Just past half. Line's fine, boys.
Real close to your broom, Scott. Line's really good.
Yep.
A little bit.
Line's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely slower. Line's really good. Yep.
Nice spot.
Nice shot, Dave.
A couple feet. Thinking a couple feet slower, Scotty.
I'm seeing that too.
That's what we're feeling.
So the work continues now on sheet B. They're trying to make sure they know exactly where the stones that were in play are to remove them, to then resurface the stones there as well. So the chief umpire, Brett Waldroff, is out there. You see him right there, just making sure they know where the rocks will go back once the ice surface is back and playable for the teams.
And when something like this happens, it's important as a team that you do different things. So you have one representative from each of the teams out there to listen to make sure that they agree and they understand. Thomas Scoffin now coming back into the mix.
He's repping.
Throw one more heels.
Yeah. And then we lock the freeze on Gomers.
Guarding and eventually making the double, aren't we?
I think we're locking on.
I think I can't guard on my last.
And important that there is somebody. It doesn't have to be the skip. It's a good time to take a mental breather.
No, I don't care.
Or do you just replay the end? I mean, can you talk about that too? Did you just restart that end?
There are really specific rules about all of these kinds of things and whether you start again.
I think if we're freezing, we freeze now.
That's pretty good, Matty.
That's the absolute best spot you could absolutely put it.
He's going to play
he can't remove it.
Fin.
He's going to do the whisker.
Yeah.
We got to hope
this might squeak behind the guard.
Yeah.
It's either guard or we freeze.
That's what we were thinking.
Yeah. And what do you like on the next one then?
Yeah. I'm okay forcing him too. Like,
oh, that's the plan, I think.
Yeah. Can you make the double roll this way?
Probably not.
That's what I thought on this one. Make that.
I think you'll always leave him a double.
Yeah.
You make the double. He's got a really hard double, and you suck it around.
I think you freeze in the pocket, right in the pocket
there?
on the next one.
On the next one.
Okay, but let's just try and leave this one edge on edge though, just in case we can.
Well, right there they all go. Like if you freeze right there.
Oh, then bump it
It's too soon though. You don't want his third throw.
Yeah, bump it an inch. Okay.
Like that?
Yeah,
I think so.
On the next one, you just bump that an inch.
Okay. So.
So the timeout called for Ontario. You heard from Glenn Howard.
Taking that out, leaving us to freeze.
I know.
What's that?
I was trying to think if there was a way I could give him a different look at it, but I don't think there is.
He wants the out turn, it seems like, but
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, so just make it.
So talking about two shots, do you guard or do you come in on the next shot was what Glenn Howard was suggesting. You tap the yellow one just a little bit so that you're sitting right in the pocket.
Fighting a bit.
And so Northern Ontario would lie shot, but for Ontario now, they're thinking about how do we force them to take one.
Line's fine.
A little bit higher, Scott.
So guard first.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're gonna have to curl. You're gonna have to curl a bit, boys.
Weight's pretty good. Right on your broom. Easy, just half sweep, half sweep. Don't kill yourself on this one.
That's good.
It's just feeling it anyways. Good scrub. Throw, David.
So in a unique situation, they've asked Rob Gordon, he is the 5th player for the Dunstone team, to come in and throw a rock in this path to make sure that where the drip was, there's no bump still or that it runs okay. And they brought him in. He is on an adjacent sheet. They want to make sure that neither team has an advantage in throwing an extra stone. So he's the test pilot.
Is he getting marked on this throw, Kathy?
I don't know.
5 out of 5. Helps his percentages.
There's lots of room there.
I think you found the top 12.
Well, the most important thing is that he went over the path.
Hair slower?
And now he'll throw another couple.
Okay.
If anything, it's a footer.
Just to make sure that the ice is ready to go back, and then they'll resume.
So there you go.
Like even top 12.
Even if throws the red, Dave, and I missed the yellow, it's pretty good too.
So here's the shot that Glenn talked about on the second. They did the guard, it was peeled, and now it's trying to draw right in the crotch.
I thought mine just slid well.
What if I gave you the difference off the last one?
What, your last one?
Yeah.
I think that would be light, where it seems like we've lost another 3 feet almost at this end.
Okay.
From when you threw last.
So I was thinking from the last one, give you 4 or 5.
So now this is the intern that
4 or 5
he's
feet
thrown.
more out of your hand.
I like that, Scott.
And again, trying to make sure that they go across the spot that was difficult. You see Greg out there making sure that it's the same all the way around, also making sure that it's warmed up. You couldn't ask for a better chief ice tech with his experience with situations like this.
I think we're going to have to go a bit on this.
Hard
We got to go wait.
Line's good. Line's good.
Real close. Real close.
And our feature and a 7-6 lead for Northern Ontario. Trying to find that pocket.
Great shot. Beauty.
Scott Howard right in that pocket. Shot stone does belong to Trevor Bonot in Northern Ontario.
Felt like I gave it a couple feet.
Doesn't ever roll out of there. Leave that there.
And it's exactly what they asked for.
4. What do they do if we just
Make something.
He makes a double. We'll still have a double back, maybe for 2, right? I think so.
Well, maybe just roll here then.
Yep. Make sure the 6 goes enough.
Can we play control with the out or bumper with the out? Or you got to cross it?
You might not have that.
Okay, got to cross it.
I don't know.
Are you happy with control, or you think that's too much? I want to get rid of this.
Yeah.
So control.
Control across it, right?
Yep.
Yep. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
So both of these stones won't go. So you hit it just on this side.
Just kind of hit it on this side.
Hit it on this side. It's going to jam on this, but your shooter's going to roll over here. That's building up points. If Ontario wants to force Bonot, he'd like him to force to be 3. You get rid of one of the reds. Be nicer to play the out turn, but the concern is because of the movement in the ice, the guard is in the way.
Hard.
Go. Go.
Trevor Bonot, and right out of his hand. You still got to go. Wanted to cross it. They wanted to remove that one red. They will. And right now, Northern Ontario does lie the 2.
I thought dead freeze.
Yeah, you're right.
Or tap
Dead
it.
freeze, you can't risk doing much, right? Unless he has this.
Even if you tap it back here, that's pretty good.
Just got to be careful
I
about
don't want to tap
leaving
it
him the.
I'm thinking lock it on.
So after about an 18-minute delay,
which I'll give him that.
you can see action ready to resume. Alex Smith for Newfoundland Labrador is in the hack. See the broom down, Andrew Simmons.
I like it. You know it.
And they will resume play. So tip of the cap to everyone involved to remedy that. You look at
I was here, right?
Scott for the skip for UConn as well, but they are back to playing an underway on sheet B.
It just seems that much slower, yeah.
So 3 feet more than his last one?
Yeah, throw the difference, I think.
We talked about 18 minutes, Brian. You can have up to an hour delay before they would have to reschedule the game.
I was going pretty hard on that
And
the whole way.
thanks to a whole lot of people involved and head ice tech Greg Owasco, they kept it to 18 minutes, and so play resumes. They're in the 9th, so are we.
And what helped as well is both teams had banked so much time with all the blanks, right? Well, 1, 2, 3, like 6 blanks in that game. So, I mean, they were cooking.
Might be able to get it.
So decision here was to play the freeze, not the tap.
We're top 8.
Hard line.
Top 8.
Hard.
No, it's short here. Sit. Just pinched it.
So the draw for 3.
Sorry, boys.
Wait's good. He just came up late.
Hindsight's so easy, Kathy. You could have maybe played the tap, a different shot, but you make the shot that you called, and it would have been tough.
I like the call.
Yeah.
I like that freeze. Just that little bit of soft rotation. We showed David Mathers where he's got that really crisp rotation. The brushers can carry it further and it will run straighter. With Scott, just that little bit of soft release. He also pinched it. He said just coming out that little bit tight, and it did not glide. Huge opportunity for Trevor Bonot and his team for 3.
And that graphic tells the story. He has been lights out. Bonot Stone in 9. 2 in his back
Line's
pocket.
nice.
And a
Line's
chance
great.
to get to 10 here in our feature.
Clean.
No, no.
That's pretty good, Trev. Attaboy.
Curl up, stop. 1, 2, and 3. And that'll be handshakes. What a performance again for Northern Ontario and Trevor Bonot.
Just so impressive. Early in the game, his team was very rattled, not executing, and Trevor Bonot just did what he needed to do to calm the team down. The shot in 3, the little tick shot against 2, that was a money shot.
You saw the sign, the real deal. But Trevor Bonot and company still haven't found what they're looking for, and that is top spot and a chance to qualify for the playoffs. But they are rolling right now. Northern Ontario a win. The fans happy. We'll step aside. A lot more to come here from Regina next. Welcome back to our Montana's Brier coverage, and we're moving over to Sheet D. It's been a back and forth game. You can see in an 8-8 tie, it is BC, the Redstones, with Hammer coming home here in 10. The team out of the Victoria Curling Club, skipped by Caitlin Schneider, and lead stones on the way. This one coming from Alex Horvath.
Well, we don't see the tick shot very much because if the stone is on the center line, you cannot move it. But the first stone by Manitoba was not, and so that is why there is a stone out in the wings. A great shot made by Alex, followed by another one.
Derek Semigalski.
Heavy con.
Second stones for Team Reed Carruthers.
Okay. No
Brad
bounce.
Jacobs is the skip.
Back speed. Curl.
Back 4.
Curl. Got a knife.
Back 4.
Knife.
Go around.
Well, yeah, but we're just back 8, right?
I know,
like,
yeah. I know,
even
I know,
heavier.
I know.
Around and through.
Okay, bud.
Okay, Brap.
Fear the Moose. And you know what? This team certainly had the edge. Did they not? Here's the game story.
Well, they certainly did. I still go back to the third end is that great touch shot, but we saw more of them by Trevor Bonot as it went through. The seventh was huge, and then that little bit of a miscue in 9 really was the end. Some wonderful playing. The numbers, they tell it all, and that was all Trevor Bonot.
The game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue.
Derek will not be happy with his first stone when you're trying to steal.
Okay.
The only
Line's
place
good.
you can't be is through.
Can't go. Coming down.
Just leave it.
Just let it be. That's okay.
Okay, Derek.
Just off. Sit. Okay, Brap.
Shot.
Sorry. Just get this.
Yeah, just the one's good.
Well, the question was, do you try to play it very thin with Sterling and get both of them? But the bigger concern is that center line guard.
Sterling Middleton.
Hard.
Shooter. Touch it. Nice.
Okay, good.
And a little clip of the red goes in.
Good.
Better than it was.
Wonderful. And Kathy, you know this team so well. Your nephew Tyler Tardy, a wonderful junior
Nice sweep,
career with parts of this team that's been picked up by, of course, Caitlin Schneider.
Well, I had the opportunity to be not a part of this team, but very close to this team last year with Jacques skipping them, and just so dedicated to working hard, and
Clean it.
not
Always
as surprised
calm.
that a guy like
Always
Catlin
calm,
could
guys.
come in and just
Always
his
calm.
influence of calm, steady. He's just not afraid of anybody.
Just clean. Just clean. Shot ramp.
Yeah, Catlin and chatting with him, so excited to come back and skip again. He skipped in junior. He watched his dad as a skip, who is here as well, who is a great player in his own right. And excited to be back and having the responsibility, the leadership, everything that comes with skipping, as Jason Ginter delivers here for BC.
Hard for that one. Watch it. Okay.
Good.
My first thought. I mean, a high where you just put it as a hard double peel. He's never playing it.
So go
Throwing
again.
another guard. It will be interesting as we look at those two biters if they become the factor. And right now, the shot stone of those two biters does belong to Manitoba.
Very similar, maybe a couple feet, just a couple.
We gotta sweep this, don't we? Yep. Go ahead, whatever you. Line's a little tight.
Go ahead.
Come on, gotta get it over.
We're over.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We're over.
Okay, okay.
Good shot.
Nice shot. Good sweep. Shot.
Good sweep. Shot around.
Reader.
Clean. Clean.
Oh.
Clean. Whoa, whoa. Shot.
My gut was saying hit and roll. I like the in though.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like bump.
Yeah.
Oh, you won't see any stoppage in play. Both of these teams have already used their one timeout.
Like this shot, or do we like the draw?
Time is definitely tighter for Manitoba.
Hit and roll.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Hit and roll.
Yeah.
Okay. I think so.
That's why you saw Brad hurry down there. In case he needs time to rethink or look at options on his final stone.
Kathy said he was really proud of himself for listening to his gut and stepping away from the game for a bit. He needed to understand and decide if he still loved it and if he wanted to come back. And he is thrilled to be back and feels re-energized to be on this team.
Curl.
As Negevin trying to carve this over.
Curl, roll it.
The hit, the roll behind that red, and a very nicely executed shot there for Team Carruthers.
Well done. Just a great weight choice. Not overthrown. Allowed the sweepers to move it over.
Good.
Here.
Great finish brushing.
Mine will go back a sliver, probably.
Come to you, you make the double, but.
So the run back
make it this
for
way,
Catlin.
And roll out.
Roll the corner. Try to kind of bounce it to the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Be ideal.
Yeah.
What's the weight?
You see Alex in the house.
Okay.
Lots of experience calling line.
Okay. Throw it well.
So Jason, even though he is the third, a bigger guy is the brusher. Trying to get the most out of all four of your players.
Catlin talked about playing with the Matt Dunstones and Jim Cotters and John Morris's. And what he's learned and trying to run this back, he won't stick it, but away it goes, and the red trickles in.
Good. Pretty good.
Good sweep.
Yeah, good shot.
And so Brad will go around, and back to my point about the biters for Catlin. If he plays the run back, his shooter will not be in the house, so he will have to stick it if he chooses to do that because of that biter on the outside.
In his fourth Brier appearance for Catlin Schneider. Played with Adam Casey back in 2017. We mentioned his time with Matt Dunstone, a bronze medal in Kingston 2020, and we last saw him in Lethbridge, hooking up with Colton Flash.
A little bit for line.
I got heavy.
Line.
This is heavy.
Road. Max speed.
Stay close.
Wait's close.
Close. Derek's
Let's get it by and we're fine.
You can wait. Close.
Back four.
Whoa.
Back
Put it
four.
on the tee. Road. Derek.
Can't for speed.
I can't ram. This is heavy.
Can't for speed. Can't for speed.
They are shot stone that biter out in the wings.
Okay, bud.
Well, you saw that number, 71% on draws.
You only got one time out, I think.
So it will be the draw for the win for Catlin Schneider.
10.5 will get there.
Full 8 will do it.
71% for Brad Jacobs, but 89% on draws right now in this game for Catlin Schneider. He's thrown 9.
Probably anywhere from 14.5 to 15, eh?
Yeah, same weight as last time.
Us.
Same as that top button frees you through.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, love that, Sterling. Catlin's talking numbers, and Sterling's bringing it back to a shot he just threw.
An opportunity to hand Team Carruthers their first loss here in Regina. Final stone on the
We're
way.
heavy right now.
Line's good.
Whoa, whoa.
And nothing
Whoa,
yet
Jay.
from the
All
front
you.
end.
Whoa.
Heavy out of his hand.
Come on.
Needs full 8.
Whoa, Jay. Whoa.
13-8. Whoa.
Needs full 8. They haven't touched it. Has to stop in time, and it will. For the first time, it's a loss to Team Manitoba Reed Carruthers.
Thanks, Eric. Good luck. Thanks, Ryan.
And the young man that lives just 25 minutes from Regina, Catlin Schneider. Yeah, there's a lot of family and friends in the house cheering on this BC squad, and a big win.
Well, and a big shot by Catlin. This is the change. When you go to skip, it's not just about making regular shots, it's making the shot to win. You saw the team set heavy out of his hand, but there was no doubt.
Keeping his hopes alive. And just moments ago, Kathy, back to the updates. We'll go to Sheet A and we'll check in on Manitoba Dunstone, New Brunswick. Grattan.
Well, you can see the two, and I'm not sure if James is playing that super thin double or he's playing just to get to the nose for the single.
Trying to curl that over is Andy McCann, and he will flash it right by. Yeah, it was a really tough shot, and that'll be handshakes. So the silver medalist from last year, Matt Dunstone, starting to find his game, little momentum and a win for Team Manitoba. 9-6 your final. We'll step aside and wrap up your Brier coverage on this Tuesday morning next.
The 2024 Montana's Brier is proudly presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
Brand Center on the left, Mosaic Stadium on the right. Of course, only one place we could be, Regina, Saskatchewan. And the coverage of the Brier here all week long. And you know what's cool, Kathy? Win or lose, always exciting to see Dad.
Selena Negevin and Hudson. Oh, he's got his own jersey.
That's great.
That's awesome. Well, Selena knows what it's like to be on both sides of the coin.
One game remaining, and if you're just joining our coverage this morning, there's actually a delay of about just under 20 minutes on this sheet because there was a leak in the roof at the Brand Center. They had to sort it out, then they had to kind of refurbish the ice, actually have some stones thrown to make sure that it was sufficient to continue. So, in a 5-2 game, it's the last game remaining. Newfoundland and Labrador leading Yukon, and play underway here in 10.
Well, and Newfoundland was lying one last end, and they didn't feel like there was a good way to get two, and so they threw it away. That's why there's one scored last end, which means that Thomas Scoffin has the hammer. He's also got two corner guards up.
And great to see Wade Scoffin into the game as well. He is the father of Thomas Scoffin, the skip for this team out of the Whitehorse Curling Club in Yukon.
We saw Wade for many years leading the team from Yukon.
Which one do you feel?
Wait.
One of the players can't find his gripper. They have lots of time on the clock, as you see in the background. They both also still have their timeouts.
Well, as you see, 5 blanks on the board early in this game as well, so they really banked a lot of time. That would be 4 blanks, Kathy. You're supposed to bail me out when I make certain mistakes like that.
I just
Yep.
stare at you.
Let me drown in the dripping water from the ceiling.
Lead. Yep. Okay. Good boy, Steven.
Throw your life raft.
Throw it.
So removing the guard, obviously for Wade, that was not a great idea to go through. And so Thomas will continue to try to throw a couple of more guards. And his numbers are good, just a little bit of a lack of focus on the first one.
Line's good. Keep it
His
out.
7th Brier, his last Brier actually was here in Regina, Kathy, back in 2018. 2-6 record when he, again, was there with his son Thomas.
Clean. Yep. Good. 6.5.
Yeah, no, it should be good.
Great numbers for Colin, Kathy.
But, you know, I also go back to those 4 blanked ends, Muddy. When you're running it up and down, as long as you're throwing them crisp, it's easy to keep your numbers up high.
Don't want to bury it.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Boy.
Didn't want to give him any opportunity. Now a bit of a corner stagger.
He would have loved to have rolled out completely. But for Scoffin, there's something that he can use.
Spill over. Yeah, just 4 left, all right. 4 for 3. Yeah. 2 options. Throw a high guard on this.
That's right.
Right, he's going to peel it.
Well, it's only 2.
Or we go around back 4, back 8, and try to overbury it if we can. And then if he misses this run, we stack another one.
Yeah.
And then he peels, and then there's we need 2 misses still, but
I think like inland.
I think I like going in. Do you want to talk to Kevin about it? This is pretty much the tipping point. Okay, let's go down. Yeah, time out.
Calling their timeout.
Kevin Patterson, their coach, will come out.
Coming around. Try to overbury if we can. We need a miss here. Stack another.
Absolutely. The overberries, like the other option, if you want to make it really aggressive, is just play the nose half of the green.
Right.
I think draw's easier at this point.
Draw's easier.
Yeah,
the ice allows
the
it.
objective is to overbury. So I agree. Try and get as far back.
It goes easy. It curls hard here.
Yeah.
Once we're by this, we can...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The speed's good.
And even back 4, back half.
Back 4-ish depth.
Yeah.
Back 8.
Yeah.
Most.
I think we can do the high.
Wrap one.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. We got 4 for 3, right?
Okay, so I'm thinking trig like there.
Talked about that as an option. They've talked about that as an option. That's what they're going with, feeling that if there's a run that's made, there will be a stone replaced higher, and there'll be something else to go behind. It's just the timing. You could throw another guard. They want to get in now.
Yeah.
Thomas Scoffin, great success in U Sport curling, won a gold medal in Waterloo, Ontario back in 2015 for the Golden Bears.
Clean it. That's, yeah, a little bit.
And a silver medal at the U21s back in Fort McMurray 2013, losing the final to Matt Dunstone. As they're both in the field this year. This year's Brier.
Help me.
And trying to carve it in and get behind, and a good team shot.
Go, all the way. Good throw, Drake.
Well, in fresh arms, Thomas Scoffin got up there and started to carve that stone over. Great brushing.
14-7 ahead.
You gotta get low. Gotcha.
So make this yellow disappear. And UConn starting to run out of rocks and real estate.
Whoa! Al. Whoa.
My shirt flapping in the wind.
Colin Thomas. And he can't make contact with the yellow. But the tough news for UConn, there's just not a lot of places to hide here, Kathy.
No, there's not. He at least rolled his thrown stone out of the way.
It's pretty lined up. Yeah, we got lots of time, eh? We don't have to go in.
Yeah. You ever put it in somewhere that's going towards that way?
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Like if you can get it right there, that's good. But if you're light, we might be like, even if that all goes, but rearrange.
Yeah.
Like I think that's plan A.
Yeah.
So you just corner freezing on the underneath. But we're just gonna get there with sweeping at a 14-7.
Okay.
So pretty similar line.
You can tuck a little piece behind. You could also throw the guard. You've got 3 stones left. You need to count all, but your guard would have to be splittable. And so trying to get a little piece under, do not want to line up the 2 yellow stones.
We swept quite a bit. Yeah.
Wait's close.
Room.
We're okay.
Room.
We're good. We're good.
Wait's close.
Line's good.
Wait's close.
Line's good.
Coming down, coming down.
Yep. Where? It's real close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, fail. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. That'll play.
Or you draw. And how do we miss this? Get it way too narrow.
Nose gets it.
Nose gets it.
Nose gets it.
Off nose. You like that?
If you make that run back, it's game over. Get rid of the yellow.
Yes, if you get rid of the yellow,
yeah,
for
get
sure
rid
it
of
Nose is fine, I think, man.
So
I think he's trying to decide whether he's playing the run back on the yellow
Don't
to
wanna
the left
roll into
or the
here.
run.
No, never.
Yeah.
There with
Okay.
Peel?
Just throwing it peel?
Yeah.
It looks pretty lined up.
Nose, I think. Do you guys like this or what?
Andrew Simmons in his second Brier appearance. Saw him in Brandon 2019.
Trying to figure out who shot.
Yeah, just can't hit it high. Nose good.
Run that red back. So yellow, red, onto yellow. And it'll be game over and a win. And nice numbers for Andrew.
Hard! Really hard! Hard, Steven! Hard. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Catch it.
Yeah, not good.
And the audible as that yellow is spinning in. So there still is a chance mathematically for UConn.
Well, never had a chance. Never had a chance.
Kind of got to line it up so that this goes onto here.
Yeah.
Freeze on about a third of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like that's
our second choice. Yeah.
to freeze it on like.
Yeah.
So it's about placement. If you
inside
put it on just
full
on
8,
the
eh?
side,
Yeah, just full 8.
anything that Andrew tries will jam here and
It'll
jam
walk
there.
Okay, so just let it. Yeah. 3/4 to 15.
Some good numbers, but this is a very precise shot.
You on right now?
Hit a room.
Room good.
Just at the end. Not heavy. Line's good.
Good. Straight
Has
only.
to be the second shot stone.
Yep.
Straight only.
Yep.
You're doing good.
Hard line.
Straight only.
Hard
Yep.
line.
Yep. Yep. You got her.
Hard F.
Hard.
Hard.
Okay, whoa, 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 whoa.
So they will lie the 2.
Need more ice.
Yeah.
Look like Max for sure.
2 inches over.
Just over curled.
Straight only.
They're going for
Hard
weight.
line. Yep. Yep. You got her.
Not trying to make it curl at all. They're trying to keep it as straight as they can and be frozen down, and it just curls that little bit extra at the end.
Smash it. It goes off.
Okay, I like that too. Yeah, it goes all day, Bert. For sure. Oh yeah, it does.
Just got to make one yellow disappear.
You got it, Andrew.
Now imagine that Yellowstone to the left just a little bit as you looked at it. This shot wouldn't be there because it would be driven straight onto that red stone that is buried.
Get on that back one, make sure.
Was an alternate back in 2011 in London, Ontario for Brad Gushue, winning a bronze.
Yep. Whoa.
Colin.
Colin.
Got a chance for his first
Hard,
win.
Colin.
Probably hard, man.
Hard on the back
At the
one.
Briers. Got to make a yellow disappear. Move it enough, and he jams.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Wow. It will be a hit for 3 and an extra end.
Okay, can we wait? Board.
Well, trying to make it go over just threw a lot of weight. Not sure if he was right up the stick, but they did everything they could to make it curl. But with that kind of weight, it's not going to move that much.
Board. Is that ice? We threw this earlier and it just kind of ran.
Okay. You like it?
Yep.
What a chance here for Thomas Coffin.
Roll it.
Whoa, 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 then. Whoa. Curl, 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 curl. Whoa, clean.
The hit and stick for 3 to force an extra.
Easy. Clean.
Curl,
Right.
curl,
Curl.
curl.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
And it is good for 3. What a comeback. In a 5-5 tie, we'll go one more in Regina. Welcome back inside Brand Center. Now, this is a game that literally Kathy has had it all. You see the 4 blanks. Then there was a delay in the game because there was a leak in the building here at the Brand Center. So for about 20 minutes, everyone, and we appreciate all the help that it took to stop the leak, figure out what was going on in the roof. They had to refurbish the ice, take stones off, repebble the ice, put the stones back on. They continued play. And then what a comeback here for Thomas Coffin and UConn.
Yeah, I think that for Andrew Simmons, it's going to be really important that he park that last end. You could hear the frustration, the disappointment.
Gotta go for line, Steven. Hard line.
On his last throw, but you have hammer.
Hard line,
and yes,
guys.
you did not want to go
Really
11, but you are, so you might as well win it.
Hard.
You saw the graphic for Alex, pretty cool. The last time he was at the Brier, Saskatoon, 1989. He was the third for Lauren Henderson that year, a 7-4 record, and back at the show this year in Regina. 35 years in between.
Well, that's love of the game, to continue to play. He doesn't know that Briers don't always happen in Saskatchewan.
Tight, too.
Well, we talk about this building. This building has hosted a lot of championships over the years. The city of Regina, the 6th Brier that's been here.
So not taking on the tick shot. We'll try to get in first.
Still got a curl, guys.
As the Assistant Deputy Minister of Mining back home, the government of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Just calm.
Lives in St. John's.
Not too deep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Yep.
It's good out.
My first thought was getting it right here.
Okay.
Right, like this is gone. It just makes it jam.
Okay.
So not playing the freeze, wanting to get another stone up front, knowing that
Line's good.
the team from
Little
Newfoundland
early.
and Labrador will start to peel, eliminate
Whoa,
stones.
line's good. Okay, weld it. Weld it.
Wade's first Brier
Still
was
got room.
1997 in Calgary.
Whoa. Curl.
And this is the audible now, knowing that he's
Other way.
coming in.
Oh. Okay, wait. 4-7.
Okay.
Like that? Or that?
Don't let me peel this? Yeah.
A second. Wait.
Gripper troubles.
Okay.
Stephen Trickett in his Brier debut.
Whoa. Whoa.
Sister is Erica Curtis, father Eugene.
Okay.
Well, one of them was gone, hoping to move a couple. Just that unfortunate double stuff.
That's better than one.
It's good.
Really narrow.
Clean. Keep a little down. Keep it straight.
Okay, wait only. Whoa. Okay.
Try that again or no?
Straight peel. I don't mind them all if you want.
Well,
No,
there's
here
not
high gets them all.
Not a lot of risk.
Or you just straight rip it.
Either one, man. Try here high.
You got this.
Ooh. Yep. Yes. 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 Yes.
Trickett runs it back, and he'll pick their red stone out.
Don't love this angle.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate. Didn't clip either of those front stones. Got rid of their own.
Just tight. Just not quite biting center. Okay.
Looking for another guard. You do not need to be shot. You are, but you don't have to get into the 4 foot yet. Lots of rocks to come, and you're more worried about what you have to work with out front.
Bit of room. Line's good.
Top 8 at least.
Line's good.
Top 8, I think. Top 12.
Okay.
It is coming down.
No
Whoa.
finish. No
Where are we?
Top 8.
Yep.
Top.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Deep, 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 deep. Whoa.
That's good angle.
Sit. Okay.
That's good.
Thomas Scoffin really good at calling the audibles, getting the information from the players ahead of him and making the most out of every shot.
You got this, buddy. Nice and smooth.
Between those two, so it's not a true.
Yep. Hard. Yes.
Colin Thomas.
Hard. Hard.
Okay.
And he'll pick the one yellow stone out. Shot stone still belongs to UConn.
You have to throw a high guard, or you just rearrange this a little?
I think I like high guard.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I do see it.
I think so. High guard.
It's right in front of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Throw the intern.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Just cross center. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the fourth Brier appearance for Jensen. He was in London last year with Thomas, a 2-6 record.
It's close.
Through.
Halfway. Halfway.
Max.
Don't want to touch it right now.
2. Whoa, whoa.
Halfway. It's
Jensen
time.
lives in Red Deer, Alberta. The import and some time at my old cottage. Nate, Northern Alberta Institute of Technology, playing for the Ooks.
Settle.
A couple bronze medals in the college championship circuit.
That. This.
We got half of it.
You like that?
Okay.
You can get it with this too. But you're probably going to spread these yellows around.
You have to decide if you pick out that stone at the top of the 4, you're leaving 3 guards for your
Well, we
opponent,
can make
and they
it
will
this
make
way
it
too,
better.
but this one's not. This is still going to be here.
It is, yeah, but it's there now. I was just thinking, I thought they were closer together, actually.
No.
Okay,
Okay, what?
whatever you want. That drags it all.
Like that?
I think you want to blast. You may not remove all
smart.
3, but you could easily get 2. And picking that stone out just allows your opponent to get in there better. The guards are your problem.
One more time for Colin Thomas.
Whoa! Steven! Steven, hard!
A bit.
Okay.
We go high. I think we still got to cap it high.
Yeah, yeah, and allow the guard to be center line it. Right?
Higher though. Where Trig's broom is.
Higher up, yeah, yeah,
I think that's our play.
yeah.
Little this way.
Yeah, more even
Splitting
on center. Yeah, yeah. That's the reference for sure. Because this one,
Yeah.
well, it should still come over. It shouldn't be enough to move.
But like, if he plays this, okay.
True.
Yeah.
Then we come around again.
Okay.
Yeah, we've just got 2 minutes still. We're good.
What do you like here, Kathy?
Another guard. You want to
Okay.
take away the double run. So if you're on the center line, it's higher, you're going to make it really difficult. And even if there's a piece that's available for Andrew, Thomas said it the
Little less
best.
weight.
Even with a soft weight shot, you're going to, as in Newfoundland, Labrador, would roll to the wings, and you're still going to have guards that you can go around and make it better.
It's good.
Half.
Okay. Line's
Line's
fine.
In his 4th Brier appearance, Thomas
really good.
Scoffin.
Clean.
Line's good. Line's good.
Just clean. It's over curling if anything.
Over and off.
Over and good. Over
Close.
and good. Well, off.
Close. Whoa, whoa.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
Those are tough to throw, Kathy. We've seen how much the ice curls since they've textured the rocks. It's a really nice effort from Thomas.
Well, he very much took the run back away. That is, I mean, he can still throw it, but it is a long run back.
I think so, yeah. I think we... Yeah, I like that.
Right?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think we got to hit there first.
Well, we hit.
And I don't think we want to roll too far. The least we roll, the better.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
on the
absolutely.
nose. You don't want to roll over there. That gives him a free draw right
Yeah,
there.
I'm not getting those.
Well,
But you know, I could roll a rock. I could roll a rock away.
Roll a rock away, heavy hack.
Yeah.
That's Coach Jeff Thomas out there for Newfoundland Labrador.
No, it's not. No. It's the call.
But like this.
Heck?
Yep. What do you
Yeah,
think?
man.
There?
Yep.
Just no?
That's good.
So wanting to come down here with quiet weight, tap this stone back, and the key for Andrew is to roll as little as you can, ideally staying very close to there. That would force Thomas way out to bury around. The further the roll is, the more likely it is that Thomas Scoffin will ignore it and draw around to the forefoot.
Andrew Simmons here in 11.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa,
Yep.
whoa. Yep, hard.
Whoa. Yes.
Hard. Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Whoa, whoa.
Trying to hold the line, get by the guards, make contact.
Okay, good shot.
And for now, it is the shot stone.
Good sweep, guys. Yeah, yeah. That's good.
He'll have it.
Yeah.
Or we make this now.
No.
Well, if we make that good,
Yeah.
it's better.
We have lots to roll with, right? Okay, we got 1 minute in your regular clock, too.
Just want to talk this one over.
Yes, you bet.
So
If we make that
UConn's
perfect,
timeout,
we still
and
got a
again,
shot.
Kevin Patterson to the
No,
ice.
just like a pretty routine in off.
And we could roll long as well and still be safe. We could roll to here.
Anywhere we go, he can play off this pretty much unless we're there. Even then, if he wants to. Yeah, like there, he's probably got to. Well, he's got to make a decision. It's thin. Yeah.
I like where Evan's room is.
Because this, all it does is it takes away his in off, right?
Yeah. But still close to me. Yeah.
What do you mean still close?
Like we're here, you can still go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm already with him having to throw an upweight shot to come off of his zone. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Make it thinner.
I like it. Okay.
Okay.
We don't want to give him backing.
No.
Like,
Top team.
yeah. That's the most routine, natural double. I was thinking there.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I love the call.
And Thomas, if it over... if it's
Thomas is
overthrow hard, then
71%
back
on
here, right?
12 draws, and so I wondered if that would influence, because look at his numbers on the hit. But if you're playing the hit and roll, you have to roll perfectly. If you hit in the open, you've given your opponent a wide open hit to win. So the best way is to play the draw, and positioning
Top
will
four,
be huge.
like
The
14-9,
deeper Thomas
straight through.
goes, if he's on the tee line, Andrew can freeze to it. If he's full four, he can play in off. So he wants to be
Yeah.
4 foot, but at the top of the 4 foot, so there's nothing that Andrew can do to come off of his own. He'll have to draw better, which would be the button.
In a 5-5 tie. The intern draw for Thomas Scoffin.
Okay, we're good. I like it.
Nothing up for right now.
Line's good. It's curling early. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Gotta go little.
Okay, line's good.
So go for line. Okay, we're good for line.
Line's perfect.
Has to be the
14-7.
shot stone when this settles and
Whoa.
is all said and done.
To here. F. Whoa. Whoa.
Line looks really good, and it is shot stone. It is buried. Now the in-off is available. Or the cold draw to the button, and the broom goes down. It's the cold draw to the Montana's Brier button.
Nice. 14-7.
Yeah.
Good boys. Same as that for easy through. Piece of the button. What was the split on that one? No. The last one I threw here. Same?
Final stone, Andrew Simmons. A chance for his first ever win at the Canadian Men's National Curling Championship.
Line's good.
T-line, boys. Put it on the T-line.
It's got to be on the tee.
Can he pick up win number 1 at the Brier here in 11? Needs the button.
Line's perfect.
Line's good. T-line.
Guys.
Put it on the T-line.
Needs the button. Needs the button for the win, and what a draw. Right on the Montana's Brier pin.
What a beautiful shot.
For his first ever Brier victory, and he does it with a perfect draw. You saw that little shake of his head, frustration from that last end where he could have closed it out. But a win is a win for Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, and just a wonderful draw when you've not made in the previous end and you're really frustrated and you gave up 3. You have to be able to park it, and Andrew did just that.
Takes a look. Jumbotron, is it good? It is good. Nice job. Good draw weight and win number 1. It really is anyone's Brier at this point. A couple of wonderful stories so far. How about Trevor Bonot from Northern Ontario, 4-1? How about Jamie Cooey from the North, 4-1 as well? You see Carruthers, Botcher, Dunstone, Schneider, all 3 wins in Pool B. McEwen, Smith, Gushu, 3 wins as well. Here is our feature later on this afternoon as Vic, Russ, Joe, Kathy have Tyler Smith, PEI, Julien Tremblay, Quebec. That's today at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It really is must win now going forward as we continue round robin play here in Regina, the 6th time that this city has hosted the Canadian Men's Curling Championship. On behalf of our entire crew, myself, Kathy Gauthier, thanks for watching our coverage on this Tuesday morning. It all continues here, the Brier on TSN from Regina.